Hey everybody, good Sunday evening. Just having my hummus and pita here while I do the show. Dan, may the chewing sounds bother you for the rest of your life. Sorry guys, but I wasn't in the mood to start for the next few hours. I figured, you know what? I'm going to try eating while I do this. Let me jump in and say hello. Still coughing. Let me see. Tom, folios. Everywhere there's folios. Tonight's show could be about the CAF site redesign. Seems many have thoughts. Telling you right now, for the one of you who has read the description for tonight's show, I haven't had a chance. I've been busy for the last 3 days. Haven't had a chance to really test run it. Except 2 days ago, I went on the homepage and just looked at the homepage. All right. So I'm counting on you guys to give me feedback tonight, because I heard through the grapevine that people are having thoughts, just like Tom said. Sounds ominous. But I think we could talk about it honestly, as we always do. And then hopefully later in the show, you know, Kasra maybe jumping by. I don't know. I only just scheduled the show 20 minutes ago, so don't know if you would have had time to see what we're doing tonight. So who knows? It'll be good feedback for him, I suppose, like it usually is. But yeah, before that, if it happens, I don't know if it'll even happen, but before that, certainly would like to hear from the rest of you, because like I said, I haven't had a chance to check it out, really. So hey Hydra, John Brown, what's good? Good to see you, John. And we got Sean Clancy in the house. What's good, Sean? The Rickster, good evening, sir. And hello to my lovely wife. Happy Sunday to you, honey. And hellos. And Peter Rowe, the man. Good evening. What's happening, Peter? Jerome Lim, the other man. Happy Sunday to you. Who else do we have here tonight with us? Jeff Singh in the house. I haven't seen that guy in like quite some time. Wow, what's up, Jeff? It's been a minute. You think I'd be sick of Rubén by now, but here I am for a bit. Hello. I don't know. I know. It's like, you can't quit me. You just can't quit me. Oh, gosh. Peter with the mega hellos in his single comment, as always. Very cool. And let me see. Oh, look at that. It's not a Rubén, Matt. It's not a Rubén, but just pita, simple plain pita bread with some hummus spread onto it. Don't mind if I do. Let me chew a bit. Duke Fleet's gonna love this episode when he gets around to catching it. Here we go, Rich Danny's. Hey, Rich, I was hoping you would come by. There's something you said yesterday caught me off guard. It didn't register until like after you'd walked out. I just wanted to make it clear that what Dan and I were saying is simply that it's cool to show the pictures, but if somebody who is in the picture asks you not to post it publicly, that then you shouldn't, There's no law to this, whatever, right? I again, learning it the hard way myself from having done what you do, I can tell you people take it kind of seriously and they get angry. So I do, because of that, agree that you shouldn't post them if somebody asks you not to, But otherwise, I think it's cool. I just wanted to make that clear. I think that's all right, you know. We're eating a falafel. No, it's not falafel. Rich, it's because I'm super quick, baby. Super quick. Mike, you're welcome. You know you're always welcome. No public key to the studio. Anybody who wants to hang with me will have to ask me, and I'll email you one. Let me see. Hellos. Jerome saying hellos. And go blue, baby. Go blue. Oh, yes. I love my Jerome. Aloha. What's up? Mark V's in Hawaii. Very cool. Enjoy the vacay, man. Enjoy it. Oh, look at that. Al in the house. Hasn't been by in a while. Al, it was awesome to have your son come in and a few weeks back and tell me that it was him and not you. That your dad said hi. That was hilarious. What's good, man? And hello, of course. Hellos from Maddie. Where's Marcus? Where in the world is Carmen Marcus Diego? Still in Hong Kong, I think. The most frequent user among members. And good evening from Al. Dwayne's a pain. What's good, buddy? Good to see you. Hellos to back and forth. Loving hellos as always. Like the new design, says Rick. Hold it, Rick. Hold it. Let me get through everybody, and then hold it. We'll get to that topic. We'll get to that topic in a little bit. I haven't figured out yet how to rearrange pieces in a specific gallery, though. Okay. Let's get to that later. Let me see. Hi from Matt. Marcus would say, "What's CAF? What's redesigned?" You speaking for him now, Peter? What's up, Jeff? Wedding in the house as well. And we go here. Hummus sounds good right about now. Let me take another bite. Thank you. All good, Rich. All good, baby. Look at extrasensory perception. Six Slayer Mike in the house. What's up, man? Good to see you, Mike. And we got who else we got? Are people offended by appearing on your YouTube thumbnail? I knew you would love it. Only because I know your stance on it, Rich, that I decided to go for it. Although, in all fairness and in all honesty, Rich, I do have to say, the only reason I used that for the background tonight is only because I was so, I wasn't prepared for tonight until after I got home a couple hours back. And then I had to rush and start trying to, schedule tonight's show and come up with a background, whatever, the graphic and everything. And I was like, oh my God. I had heard, through the grapevine that a lot of people have opinions of the CAF redesign. So I would have rather have had a CAF redesign type background, but there was just no time for me to create it before I had to go live. And so I was like, well, what do I use? Okay, let me see a more nondescript picture from that gathering. And that's what I went with, baby. That's what I went with. Oh, let me see. It's kind of funny. That's why I was hoping you'd be here tonight. I thought that might be funny to see that and comment about it. And let me see. New CAF redesign is probably Thull. That's got to be a typo. Peter, wonderful. Yes, I'll get to that. Greetings from Florida. User Ensler, what's up? My experience with the CAF update. Initially, I wasn't crazy about it and came across groups of peeps complaining. Oh, okay. So that's somebody kind of told me that that's what happened. I believe it was updated again. Okay, and I like it. Okay, very good. That's a good news. Thankfully, What's up, Compson? What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Sorry, gotta run. All right, user influence gone. He's out of here. All right, dude. See you later. That was 3 minutes ago, so I missed you. Alberto, what's happening? Happy Sunday to you. It was Chad 100%. I believe it. I believe it. I wasn't doubting it. Al. That's what I'm saying. It was fun. I'm sure the CAF team is still taking notes. I noticed a couple of things. That Matt, okay. That's cool. Matt, if you want to verbalize your opinions on it later, let me know so I can email you the link for tonight. That'd be cool. Let me see. Good evening. What's happening? Shem's Art himself, who nobody ever remembers or seems to remember, that is Caesar. What's up, Caesar? I thought Sater might have changed CAF site. He may have. We're making me hungry. I am hungry, though. Hummus has no humor. Cuckoo also launched today. Cuckoo, I guess. Cuckoo? The cuckoo clock? A new whatnot type app. Still a few bugs to iron out there, too. Okay. Look at that. Mr. Hong Kong himself. Marcus Way in the house. What's happening? What is happening? Haven't seen your pictures and posts in 3 days or so, Marcus. So maybe I'll catch up later tonight or tomorrow. And we got what? Great to see you, Marcus. Peter, hello. Hey, all. Corey Rust in the house. What's good? Whining a lot. Many are just whining a lot. Really? But where is this whining happening? That's what I'm curious about. Where is the whining happening? Like in private chat groups or something? Or where is it happening? That's making me curious. Rubén would have to redesign the thumbnail. Exactly. No time for that. Rick, you know what's up. And what else? What do spouses think of CAF update? Since I don't know what most people think yet, I'm gonna go out on a limb, Peter, and say they probably don't give a shit at all, since most of them don't give a shit about their husbands collecting. But yeah, the reason Marcus says the redesign will make it more appealing to potential buyers. I guess that could be true, though what potential buyers has to do anything with the redesign tonight, I don't know, or this weekend, I don't know. I hope not. It won't be the same under new ownership. Okay, well, what's the talk of all this? What's all the talk with the new ownership? You guys know something I don't? What kind of grapevine rumors are out there? Somebody's looking at buying the CAF or what? Let me see. Quamson. They want the younger demographic, but don't want to cater to the Quintana crowd. The $100,000 for new paintings crowd. Is that what you mean by that, Marcus? Oh, man. Few more days for Marcus. All right. Enjoy those last few days, man. Looks like a real cool trip in the pictures. Yes, sir. What's up, Peter? Rubencito. What's happening, Carlito? Good to see you. Happy to see you. Chat. Look at that. Peter, always the welcome wagon. Love it. Got guests in town? Oh, just a drive-by tonight. Nice, man. Nice. No worries. Enjoy the guests. Have fun. No one gave crap to them on the Linsner show. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Hey, Ian's with us. Hey, everyone, can't stay too long, but probably we'll catch you guys 5 hours from now. Maybe. I hope not, though. I'm very tired. So I'm hoping a couple of hours. But I guess it all depends on whether you guys have a lot to talk about with this whole feedback, CAF feedback thing. They did about the difficulty of comments. I don't know. See, that's the thing. Like I said, guys, I know nothing. I know literally nothing. 2 days ago, not 2 days. Was it 2 days ago? Yeah, maybe 2 days ago. I looked the homepage. I saw the homepage. I was looking at it on a giant screen really widescreen monitor, PC monitor, and my immediate impression was, oh, looks way better, so much cleaner. Yeah, that was it, cleaner. That was the big word for me. However, I also realized that on a giant widescreen monitor, it stretches the picture out to fit the monitor size. So therefore, of course, it's going to look, everything's more spread out, cleaner looking. So I kind of want to look on my monitor, which is about at most half the size of the other one that I was looking at it on. And so, yeah, I'll judge that way. On my own time, I guess, whatever, later tonight or tomorrow. JC in the house. What's good, buddy? And who else we got? Maki Poo Poo in the house. Hey, Michael. Matt, Dragons. Hey, Peter. Hey, Corey. Hey, Hey, Ian. Yo, Ian. Change is hard for the older Kirby generation. Less so for the Quintana generation. Is that a thing? Is that a thing now? Oh, boy. Hey, Corey. Hey, Maki. Hello to everybody. Oh, there we go. Rich saying, I like the redesign, bigger thumbnails. Okay. I look forward to seeing bigger thumbnails. All right. That's a positive. That's one positive that we've heard right now from Rich. Sean says, there was a Facebook post in the original Art Collectives group, and that's where the feedback. Oh, okay. Thanks, Sean. And Sean, would you say it was like positive, negative, both? What? I mean, Tom makes it sound so ominous, And from what I had seen, it looked like very, very promising. So I just saw positivity from what I saw a couple of days ago. So I hope nothing happened since then and to make people not like it. I don't know. Marcus loves to talk crap about buyers, but it's 100% Marcus made crap. Nice. Took me 3 years to post the picture. Now they changed it. It take me 3 more years to post again. I said it on Facebook, but it's a very Web 3.0. Hey, Murdoch, by the way. And I'm not a fan of the wasted space. Can you elaborate though? I don't know what you mean. I'm not a really techie person, and so I don't know what you mean by it's very Web 3.0. And since I haven't seen it, I don't know what you mean, obviously, by wasted space. But it's sounding like it's kind of like a negative, more negative slant. So we got Rich with a positive, and now we got Murdoch with I guess I'll go with kind of negative. That's 1 and 1. Let me see. Mark is all fired up after eating dim sum chicken feet. Nice. Chewing on that pizza sandwich for a minute. Hard when you got to speak. I got a little piece left in my mouth. Okay, man. We've been partying so much lately. Always tired when the show starts. Gotta tell you, man. I know nothing about the CAF update. I definitely don't. Hey, TJ, been a minute. Ruben has become the Canadian Schultz. I know nothing. I don't know who the Canadian Schultz is. I don't even know if I know who the American Schultz is, to be honest. I don't know who you're talking about. What can you tell us from the inside, Alberto? Says Marcus. Don't forget to drink something. Don't want to see you choke live stream. I got it. I just got to make sure, Shaggy Wong in the house. Good evening, Shaggy. Let me see. TJ. Hey, Peter Rowe and Rick. Ruben has a Canadian flag next to his. Do I really? Because I did go like just before I went live here, specifically to see that. Because when I saw the homepage a couple of days ago, on my friend Jeff's computer, he had a Canadian flag. And I said, oh, I can't wait to get back home and take a close look at it. I look forward to seeing my American flag. Because I'm set up as an American user, not Canadian. So I should have an American flag. But when I looked at it a couple of minutes before I went live here, I saw no flag. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Maybe some of the stuff that you guys are talking about might explain this. I don't know. Got me to update my gallery info. Nothing but love for you and collective family. Thank you, Al. I appreciate it. Alberto says 95% of good websites are built to be adaptive in smaller viewports. It's good web design. The problem is us older generation just expect to see the whole ugly page in one page with lots of zooming. Okay. So you're in favor of it. It sounds like to me, Alberto. Maybe you can confirm that if you don't mind. That's what it sounds like to me. Rick says, I like how you can zoom in on images now. I don't know what you mean by that, unfortunately, again, but okay, you can zoom in on images. Sounds promising. Tom says the new site is fine. We'll take time to get used to things. Wow, is it that different though? It looked like a cosmetic thing. Again, I didn't really see much, just quickly saw the homepage and I scrolled up and down a few seconds. I don't remember it feeling like it was going to be different. Just most everything was in the right place and it just felt a little bit more modern looking. That's what I remember. I guess we'll see soon enough. There are 2 different size banners on the new CAF that utilize the same image, but it was impossible to adjust from mobile, says Matt. That should be easy to fix. Okay. There he is. Look at him. There he is 4 minutes ago. I absolutely am. I did it just to spite you, Dan. I did it just to spite you, and I'm down to my last quarter of my meal. So I will make myself another one last one. And yeah, because I refuse to go and starve for a few hours again like I usually do. I was like, tonight, you know what? Screw Dan. Let him listen to the chewing again. Always takes a bit of time to get used to new websites. That is true. Operating systems as well. Yep. Very, very true. I didn't think it would take getting used to though, because like I said, again, based on only the quick view I got a couple of days ago, it appeared to be the same, just modernized. But I don't know. You guys definitely seem to know a lot more about it than I do. Is it getting ready for AI? Is what? The website? AI and robots will ruin everything soon. Really dislike all of it, says Tom. I gotta admit, I'm really hating AI already. I really hate it. It's only in its infancy, and I feel like we've already reached that point in time where 90% of the videos I see online appear to be fake. And it's still in its infancy. So you can imagine what's to come in the future. Ugh. Sean says that the feedback he saw within the first few hours of the CAF change was that it was mobile app friendly, but not so much for a PC. Interesting, as I'm only a PC user. Okay. We'll see what happens when I test it out. I'll test it out, again, later tonight or tomorrow. Matt says that the same advertising tiles are still there, so there have been no adjustments to that as of yet, making it sound as if you would like that to change. Interesting. And Ruben should show up late and get Amy to get him a Coke. Not sure why you would say that. Fool Ass Earthman, what up? And peace to you. What up? I love that name because they have Tom. Somebody like Tom can come in and say, "What up, fool?" We can all screw around with you now. What's up, fool? What you talking about, fool? Schultz is Hogan's Heroes Camp Guard. Oh, who doesn't want to know about Hogan's shenanigans? Oh, okay. You should have just said, I see nothing. What does he say? I hear nothing. Whatever, nothing. Yeah, if you just did that, then I'd know that's all I know about that. I never used to watch the show, Peter, so that's the only reference I know. Hogan's Hero. Thank you, Rick. Thank you. Hogan's Heroes even got a lunchbox. Of course you do. Rubén has been profiled. Who has profiled me? Do you mean like racially? Because I do get racially profiled from time to time. You know, because I'm a white guy with not a very white name. You know. But if you know something else that I don't, Marcus, let me know. I have to have a Chaikin American flag. I'll try, Rick. Felt easily distracted by Strudel. Okay. So Murdoch says, I'm more neutral. All right. We'll take away the negative and we'll put you down as a neutral. That's no problem there. The art thumbnails on the new comic art added are small and to you. And there's wasted space. Oh, wasted space between thumbnails, which could be either used for bigger thumbnails or foreign thumbnails. I got you. Thank you for clearing that up, Murdoch. I appreciate it. Quebec has left Canada. Oh my God! Did we have the vote already? Did the separatists? Did the separatists win? Jeff, please say it ain't so. I'm a country on my own now. Wow. The update broke a few things. Oh, really? Which I assume the team will fix. Gallery sorting, okay. Aside from the cosmetic refresh, it doesn't seem that much different. Right. Okay. That's kind of what I was feeling, that it didn't seem different other than the cosmetic refresh. Yeah. Which I thought it was good. Murdoch, otherwise the site loads faster and I'd like to default to 54 pieces. Oh, that's nice. Thank you for telling me, Murdoch. Oh gosh, I like the default of 54 images or pieces per page. I like that, definitely. Yep. Less clicking, right? That's the whole point about online. We all want to do the least amount of clicking as possible to do what we're doing, you know. And Mark also adds that he wishes they had gone further and communicated the changes well in advance. I agree that not just for this, but in general, I prefer that when you're on any kind of a site that you use often, and especially in a relatively small hobby like ours, I do agree that it's always best to kind of communicate, especially with the regular users, you know. But okay, I guess they got to do what they got to do, and felt they did what they needed to do. But good feedback there, Mark. And Peter agrees with you. There you go. Good point. And okay, so Alberto is clarifying what he said earlier, and he's saying he's not in favor 100%. Says there are some things that I think it's lacking still. Some features were lost with the redesign. Really? Ooh, tell me which ones. But overall, I think it looks better. Okay, so I guess we're good on the cosmetic aspect of it all, right? I mean, not a lot of people have sort of spoken up so far, but so far with the few people who have, it seems like cosmetically speaking, it seems positive. It's a positive thing, so that's good. Marcus says, good opportunity to delete old posts and re-upload for higher views and comments. I mean, it's always been a good opportunity to do that if you really care about that, you know. And Mark, again, giving more feedback. I love it. Says they sprung the update on people too quickly and people got cranky because it broke their usual CAF workflows. Ah, I see, said the blind man. Yeah. Okay, I got you. That makes I can understand that. That makes sense to me, Mark, for sure. Yeah. A lot of cranky people, unfortunately. Okay. Well, hopefully Kasra heard about it and they'll do something about it, you know. Rick agrees, exactly. It was a shock to the system. Okay. I get you guys. Matt Barr back in town. Sup? Still watching your channel. No one's subbing here. But I love the fact that you listen to me, Matt. I love the fact that you listen to me and you take me seriously because I'm as serious as cancer. I'm not joking. If it ever comes to that, just please unsubscribe. All right. But thanks, man. I appreciate it. And yep. Mark saying yep, agreeing with Rick. Bad change management is how Mark puts it. For those of you listening on Rewind and not watching, Peter says, Ruben can't talk eating peanut butter and jelly pita. I would never put jelly and peanut butter on pita. That doesn't sound too appetizing. Marcus says that they can talk about a show schedule change on the CAF update, but can't talk about a CAF update on the CAF update. I don't know. Maybe, and I'm just spitting in the wind here. Maybe they just thought that you guys, like everybody, would be so happy with the changes that they thought, hey, let's just surprise them. You know what I mean? Maybe it could be as simple as that, right? That they could have just wanted to surprise everybody, thinking everybody's going to be happy and, oh, awesome, you know? Maybe that's why they didn't talk about it on Thursday. But I don't know. Is everybody eating the Canadian equivalent to a Vegemite sandwich? No. Hummus is like, it's smashed chickpeas, crushed chickpeas into a kind of a, not sauce, but spreadable. Far from Vegemite, my friend. Far from Vegemite. Let's see. I'll be back in a couple hours. Later, Corey. Watching 27 Dresses with the fam. All right. Enjoy it. Thank goodness Sora AI video generator is basically dead. Is that true? What do you mean by that, Murdoch? What do you mean? I heard people were, I thought it just got started and they were saying that it was awesome and everybody was loving using it, creating videos with it. Marvel fan Tom also says that he wishes they had talked about the site change and to get everybody kind of prepared for it in advance. Okay. Ruben should do a watch along for 27 Dresses. I don't know if I saw that. I feel like years ago there was several movies that had the word wedding in it. And I did see some of them. I don't know if I saw all of them. So then when I hear about the 27 Dresses thing, it makes me think, wait, is that making me think? Am I confusing that with one of those wedding movies with wedding in the title? So I don't even know if I've seen 27 Dresses. MLB front office. I never use CAF, so changes won't bother me. Simple for you, dude. Simple. There you go. Ruben will like 27 Dresses since he likes fried green tomatoes. But no movie talk tonight. Probably will not be. And I would like to try fried green tomatoes one day. I would definitely, at some point, like to try it. And my daughter loves it. 5 times in 2 weeks. Holy smokes, dude. Wow. CAF update is great. Hey, JC loves it. No longer looks like it's an offshoot of the artist choice. That's a good one. That's a good one, JC. Yeah, that's, I mean, visually, just based on visuals, cosmetically speaking, I got to agree with that for sure. MLB says that as a down collector, no one is interested in my art. People are interested in everybody's. There's always somebody who's going to be interested in your art. Trust me on that, man. Even Marcus wouldn't comment on it. We'll find out, man. Cold Freak in the house. Hey, everyone. He says, I like the redesigned, more modern look. Okay, so that's another vote for the cosmetic look of it. But we'll wait on feedback until I explore more, which is what I said, Cold Freak, because I haven't had a chance to explore at all. I just saw the homepage really quickly for a few moments, Cold Freak also says that he's just indifferent about his homepage banner for now. Okay. All right. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Shaggy says, wow, flashback to the A-Team fool. What's your CAF handle? Major League Baseball. Yeah, that's right. I don't even think he has one. And there he is saying, no CAF for me. Hashtag Team Ruben. Well, you can't be Team Ruben. I have a CAF gallery. So you can't be on my team. And Rick says, my son approves of the look of the new CAF. Said the old CAF looked like a sketchy old 90s. Sketchy old 90s website. I mean, I don't think a lot of people would disagree with that. So there we go. An approval from Rick's son. Nice, man. I like it. Peter says, but last week's show motivated me to watch Grave of the Fireflies, Tuskegee Airmen go for broke And next, the last samurai. Keep him in mind, Peter. We'll get back to it on the next, hopefully on a future show. Yeah, I definitely want to. I want to get back. I'd like to hear that. I like to hear the feedback. So let me see. So hellos back and forth again. Sketchy and old is us. Yes, yes, indeed. Especially the old, right, Marcus? Yes. Jeff in the house again says, I like it. Less cluttered. Things like manage gallery are not used often, are hot, always on the menu. Okay, your grammar right now sucks big time. So I'm not really sure what that means, that sentence. Sorry, everybody. I'll kind of looking down because I'm spreading the hummus on my last piece of pita here before it dries up in the open air. But I like the top bar is there. Oh, yeah. The fact that the top bar is there, right, we looked at that together. The top bar remains there. So the menu bar, even when you're scrolling right down. Yeah. And also, Jeff feels the ads are cleaner. Although I have to say, Jeff, that I wonder, having only seen it from that giant monitor, I have to wonder if it looks cleaner because the monitor is so gigantic, so everything is spread out more. And, naturally, everything is going to look cleaner just from that, So that's it. That's why I'm looking forward to kind of seeing on my monitor. And Matt says, it seems like likes may have reset. No. Do you mean everybody who ever left a like, those likes disappeared? Holy crap, that would suck balls big time. Wow. Okay. I hope that's not what you meant. Sean says that the CAF changes happened as I was posting my new Teen Titans 10 cover. Whoa. So I thought I messed up. Started the post under the old and finished with the new CAF design. That's crazy. Right in the middle of a post. Wow. We would all like to comment on MLB art. Exactly, MLB. Get that gallery open. Let us check out your collection. Sean Irwin in the house, another first-timer, I believe, says that they rolled back the thumbnails floating dynamically. The thumbnails used to float dynamically? I don't know what that means, which was absolutely horrible. I agree with Murdoch, still a lot of dead space. Making something take longer to see and browse is a downgrade. Ooh. Okay. Thank you for that that feedback. MLB says, went to the CAF website and it was just a clusterfuck of advertising. Well, that is what so many people over the years have complained about. I mean, people complained about a lot of the things cosmetically, but that was one of them, right? One of the big things about, about how the page looks is, all the advertising looking like it's just overwhelming and it's just too much, Yeah, so I would hope that got kind of, improved somehow. I don't know how you would improve that, though, because they're not going to remove the advertising, right? Major source of revenue. So I don't know how you would improve the advertising. Hey, John C., what's good? What's happening? John, I just want you to know that I'm aware you emailed me, but I have not checked my email in 3 days. So I don't know what you were telling me in the email. I'll check it later out tonight, okay? And hey, and there you go. Thought CAF website was fake when I first saw it, says Peter. Let me see. Mike, what's happening? Great seeing you yesterday. CAF update is going to take some getting used to for me. Wow. Great seeing you too, Mike. That was awesome. Love seeing you as always. That was great, man. Yeah, okay. So another good bit of feedback from Mike here. That not, staying away from the specifics, but clearly there's more than just one little thing that people think is an issue, I guess, if people are saying that it's going to take time to get used to it. So yeah, so there you go. Appreciate that, Mike. Thank you. Dear Lord. I'm not going to read that, John. Jeff says, I like that on a user's gallery in Space. You don't have to scroll through all their galleries if you don't want to, and you have the option to expand the list or not. Same with the artists. Yeah, hard for me to know what that kind of like picture it, you know, but you like it, and that's what I'm happy to see. Excuse me while I take a bite. Let's see. So that's a good positive. Wait a second. MLB, are you saying you own art of like Major League Baseball players? Because if you do, I definitely want to see it. Even more than I wanted to see your comic art collection. Just leave your Levi's by the outhouse, John. Exactly. Let me see. Hope someone's saying, well, listen, Shaggy. Kasra usually drops in. He usually drops in, and whatever he missed, he usually takes a look on Rewind when he he makes some time. So yeah, trust me, they get feedback from all my CAF related reviews. Jeff once again says, I wish they increased the capacity for the number of artists in your gallery list at the bottom. Wait a second, you mean there's a limit to that? Is that what you're telling me? Because if there is, I never knew it. MLB says, if anyone was interested, it would be in their collection, not mine. Dear Lord. Perhaps Kasra watching. Like I said, he usually does, Peter, so we'll see. He might even pop in tonight. You know? I would think he would. Normally, it's just that tonight maybe not, because of the fact that I only scheduled tonight's show 20 minutes or so before I went live. So it's not enough time for everybody to get notifications, and so they can go see what the shows are going to be about. So I don't know. Maybe he'll pop in later. I made all of those wedding movies. Of course you did, Jeff Wedding. Kasra's always here. Kasra is the God Slayer. Indeed. OpenAI closing down Sora AI starting in April. Really? Why? And it will be completely shut down by September. Wow. Disney has canceled a $1 billion investment in OpenAI. Wow. That's exciting to me, man. I want to hear more about it. This news must have come out over the last 3 days when I haven't been online. Wow. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Thank you, Murdoch. All right, John C. See you later. And let's see. Peter, Mike, hellos back and forth. See you in the chat tomorrow, John. Right, Murdoch. Many are FKR. I don't know what that is. And many are against AI. I see battles coming from many areas. Oh, yeah. Talking about AI and AI making software. Lord of the Fireflies is better. OpenAI is the only large pure play AI company. Every other AI company is supported by a major company like, Twitter, Amazon, and all that. TJ dropped in to leave my like before I have to go and pretend to be interested in old stories. What do you mean, pretend to be interested in old stories? Where are you going to go to pretend that you're interested in old stories? But thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, Scott's in the house. What's up, Scott? Man, I keep feeling like I'm reading them quickly, and I keep falling further and like more and more minutes behind. Just when I thought I was within 3 minutes of catching up. Thing is, you guys are talking a lot. Mark's back and says, I missed the link to the gallery room above every piece. Let me try to imagine what that was. The link to the gallery room above every... Oh, right. So when you're looking at a piece and you just want to go back to the gallery to see all the pieces in the gallery, right, you can just click the link. Oh, that's gone now? Ooh, okay. Yeah, man, I guess I'm going to have to take a lot of notes when I jot things down when I finally get a chance to look at it. Although Mike says that it took him a minute to find it. That means it's still there, but they moved it. Okay. Okay. Greetings, Rick Cirillo in the house. We need the new site to elevate comic art to fine art. Talk to Matt. Agree with Mark on this one. Much easier when it was on top. All right. Well, it's great that you guys are shouting it out because, hey, if enough people say it, they may go in and change it again. Yeah. I mean, I always think it'd be better if they did a lot more. You know what? Like, I would have thought that rather than surprise everybody, like you guys were saying earlier, like that the fact that they didn't even announce it on the Thursday show, I would have thought that they would have taken one of the nightly shows during the week and spent the entire episode just, as like a community thing, right? So that everybody can give them their feedbacks about what do they think about this? What do they think about that? In other words, if they tell everybody on a live stream, hey, we plan on changing this, or we're thinking about changing this. What do you guys think? And then, okay, next one. We're also thinking of doing this with that. What do you guys think? I think that would have been definitely a great idea. Yeah, but whatever. It's what's done is done. But like I said, that's why shows like this, review shows like this, they're still very, very useful for them. And like I said, who knows? Maybe Kasra will watch and come in later and take some notes of what you guys are saying. And yeah. And then, they can continue to tinker with it, Sean says, clarifying my comment. All right, I didn't get it quite right. The first day of the update, each thumbnail floated onto your screen like a bubble. It did? You mean like when you're on your phone or like when you're on a PC? Be glad you missed it. It slowed the experience down. Okay. Good day, David. David, I don't know when did I watch it? I think it was during the week. I watched the Castle. I watched the Castle. I don't know if you're still here because you left that comment 6 minutes ago. But I watched the Castle and it was hilarious. I loved it. So fun. So much fun. Yes, I ran out years ago. Mine still truncates in the S artists. I've seen. Now that you mention it, Jeff, I've been on CAF where I scrolled down to somebody's page and I noticed that it ended at S. And I asked myself, what's going on here? Where's the other artists? But it never occurred to me that anybody would ever dream of putting a limit on that. So I just wrote it off as, it must be some kind of glitch, or that guy just coincidentally doesn't have art from any artists, whose names start with the letter T onwards. But yeah, that's crazy to me. I got to admit, man, you're right about that. I got to admit, why would you, there's hundreds and hundreds of artists, like, why would you ever put a limit on that? Wow. And so yours is truncating to the X. Wow. Yeah. Hello to everybody from David Barr in Australia. Peter agrees with the Jeff about increasing the number of artist names. Oh yeah, you should leave it unlimited. I mean, that's how I think it should be. I'm with you guys on that for sure. Tom says that time to sell the Hulk cover, Ruben, before things go to shit. What do you mean? What's going to shit? What's possibly going to shit? What do you mean? What's going to shit so badly that the artwork is going to be worthless soon? What's happening, guys? Mark Fong in the house. Hey, buddy. Popping in and out. Workday here. Of course it is, as always. I appreciate it, dude. Don't get in trouble now, Mark. Don't get in trouble. I don't want you getting fired because of me. Let me see. Look at all the hellos. I can't help but post them really quickly because everybody loves David. And David loves everybody. Shaggy says, Ruben selling the Hulk cover? I am interested indeed. Is his Grummet collection available as well? Some of it is. Some of it is. Right now, I'm trying to focus on people with dough to spend who are willing to do what I often have done and buy in bulk. And I don't mean bulk and you get a bulk price. No. Still retail, regular, fair retail price. Like people who want to get, like, you want, I don't know, 10 Superboy pages. I'll give you first shot. You come to the front of the line. If you want to take, like, you commit to taking 10, I'll put you at the front of the line. Because it'll be easier for me to deal with less people. And obviously, the more pieces someone takes, right? Easier for me to pack one package with 10 pages than 10 package of 1 page each. So, Rick says, you can now search a member's gallery by their name. Okay, that's a cool addition. I like that. Comic Art Boston has dropped by 4 minutes ago. Just dropped by to register my like, but cannot stay, I am afraid. Have a great show, everybody. Thank you, Cav. Appreciate it. David said, Ruben, will you be having a show next week as it is Easter? Yes, I will, David. I have not missed a single Sunday in 3 3/4 years. And that included 2 consecutive years where I did a show on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, and then the following year Christmas Day and New Year's Day. So if I did it on those days, I'm going to be doing it on Easter as well. Yeah. And let me see. David Ruben has had a show every week for nearly 4 years. There you go. Thank you, man. I wish I'd seen the comments, so I didn't have to explain it. But yeah, thank you, Tom. Whoa! Haven't seen him in a while. Christopher Daly in the house. Oh, sorry. Now goes by Christopher Daly Graham. Just noted that prices are now visible on for sale pieces without having to click anything. But don't you still have to put your pointer on top of, like, either the thumbnail or part of the thumbnail? Because you used to be able to do that on the old site as well, right? You'd look at the thumbnail, and it had a little thing that stuck out on the top right of each thumbnail. And if you put your pointer on it, you would see a pop-up show, and it would give you some of the data that shows, you know. That's an improvement. Okay, let's see if you tell me if you're talking about something different than what I'm talking about. Rick noticed that feature as well, and he likes it. Sunny in the house. Just noticed the empty spot on the wall has been filled. Thank you, Sunny. I must say, thanks go 100% to the man of the hour, the man of the weekend, Mr. Jeff Singh himself, who not only was responsible for having me fill that spot, but he gifted that to me this weekend. So he knows of my love for Leonard Starr's Mary Perkins on Stage newspaper strip, 1957 to 1979, for anybody who's wondering when it appeared in newspapers. And yeah, he had that. It's an old, from the 50s, from probably either before the strip even started in the newspapers or right after it started. It's an advertisement, probably to for the syndicate to send out to newspapers and get them kind of interested so they could, you know, license it for their newspaper. Yeah, so it's a promo advertisement for the on-stage strip. So, and he got it from his friend John, his good friend John, who had passed away. And so from his collection to mine, and so that's also meaningful for that reason. So yeah, very, very happy. And like I said, I've loved the on stage for so long, and yeah, so it's very happy to have that. It's a very, very cool piece. It's not original art. I know you guys are probably wondering. It's not original art. It's just a printed ad. But think about how incredibly rare it must be, because it's from the 50s, and like I said, it was just meant, to be given, sent out from the syndicate out to the news, all the different newspapers, to try to get them to want to get interested in the strip. So, but thank you, Sonny. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. And by the way, Sonny, all props to you. You're the first guy tonight who actually noticed. The first guy who noticed, and it took 49 minutes after going live. Man, that's a long time. I really thought somebody would notice, in the first minute. I really did. But hey, I can never explain you guys. I never get you guys. So David says, great that you love The Castle, a true Aussie movie. Yes, thank you. I'm so glad that the suggestion was brought up, and that you confirmed that it was a good movie and worth watching. So thank you, David. Yeah, so fun. So much fun. That's the movie I would watch again. And you might be wondering, what do you mean? What's the big deal? I try not to watch movies. It's very rare that I watch a movie again. At least not for decades, or many, many years later. Then I'll watch it a second time. And even then, it's rare. So, so it could be something where it's a kind of thing that I would try to get somebody else to watch with me. And my daughter didn't watch it with me. So she's a good candidate. I think she may enjoy it. So if she's willing, then I'd rewatch it with her. So thanks again. Let me see. There you go. I see that, says Tom. Good eye, says Rick. There you go. Bothered me for years, says Tom. Crazy, I didn't see that. Exactly. How crazy is that, man? Ilya in the house. The first day was a disaster. It is better. He's talking about the CAF redo, the redesign. First day, disaster. Better today. Prefer the look. We will see about functionality. Okay, thank you for that, Ilya. So that means the implication there is that on the first day, it looked one way, but then within a day or two, they already changed it again. That's pretty crazy. The arty person, I should say. Robert Berman in the house. Hey, Robert. Let me see who else got some feedback. I've been worried about it for a while now. MLB. No MLB players, Art. Would be cool though. It would, man. Something, an idea to collect if you're a big baseball fan, and I assume you are with a name like MLB front office. Let me see. Hellos again, and then wonder if that spot was filled last week and I just missed it. No. Let me see. Is it comic book related, Sonny? Sorry, intended for MLB. There you go. Yeah, answer at least those questions, MLB. 54 pieces of art per page is better than 18. Exactly. Somebody mentioned that earlier, Robert, and I concurred with that. Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Tom says holiday shows are the best. Always make time for Ruben's shows, guys. Thank you. You're very nice, Tom. I appreciate that. Ruben Easter egg hunt winner gets free Hulk cover. Illustration. Okay, it's okay. Asking Sonny to Rick. Hey, number one. Christopher Daily Graham. No, that is updated. No need to point. Interesting. Thank you, Christopher. Okay, I look forward to checking that out. I look forward to that. Okay. Let me see. Excellent, Robert. And then we'll be Rick. Okay, talking to Rick. I think it's great that it's updated and we get to share in it together. Aw, isn't that nice, Marcus? He wants us all to share in it together. He loves it. We're like a happy little group, you know? Let's see. Nice, very kind, Jeff. Oh, yeah, talking about the gift he made to me. Yes. And Jeff says, now that I'm catching up to his comment 5 minutes ago, you are welcome. It completes you. I don't know what's up with you and the Brokeback references tonight. Starting to get a little uncomfortable. Nah, I'm very, very, very comfortable in my sexuality, so it's all good, you know. It completes me. You can't quit me, and it completes me. Awesome. I love it. I love it. Yeah, thank you, man. That's a really nice piece. Yeah, sorry, Sonny. What I really wanted to do also is scan it so I could pop it up on the screen. Yeah, you know, just so you guys get a good look at it, because I can't zoom with this. So it's not like, yeah, I can't zoom. Yeah, I wanted to do that, but there was no time. There was no time, unfortunately. But I will scan it at some point, and when I do, yeah, I'll pop it in. Let me see. The spot looks right filled up. I know you've been waiting years, like you said, you know. I was looking at your eye since the show started. I just didn't see the wall. But normally you see it right away. Straight away, Tom. You don't have a problem. You don't have a problem seeing the empty spot. Rich says that people were more focused on your sandwich than the space on the wall. Speaking of sandwiches, everybody, excuse me while I take another bite. Thank you. MLB, I'll probably post on CAF eventually. I sold off everything of value, including art, in 2021, 2022, waited for prices to come down, but realized they aren't anymore, so basically starting from scratch. Yeah, he has mentioned that before. Definitely. Best of luck on the rebuild. MLB front office, you should be used to that. Because every now and then, you know, your team, you got to dump off the salaries. They're getting too expensive, and you got to rebuild your team, you know? So you know what it's all about. Ilya tells me that I am correct. It did look like it changed. Okay. Thanks, Ilya. And Ilya thinks that I'm selling the sandwich. I don't know. So Caesar says, the new look is great. Looks better. I'm not sure if it improves the site's intuitiveness, which was a major gripe of the old site. Okay. Thank you for that, Caesar. Not sure why Rick mentions that deals are to be had at Comic Link. We talk about that all the time, very often. He is right. There's always deals to be had at Comic Link, but I must have missed a comment or something, because I'm not sure why you're saying that. Unless you're telling MLB front office that that's a good place to go and rebuild his collection, which is probably what I think you're saying. And MLB says, my superpower is being immune to FOMO and nostalgia. Hey, very few people are, so better on you. So literally just winning things that no one else wants. Rick, he sounds like he's becoming the master of the squirrel. Al says, Ruben, any idea how Nick from Dynamite is doing with the whole diamond distribution fiasco? I mean, I have a general idea, and then it's basically a fiasco. You know, they're in the middle of a lawsuit, and it's spending a lot of time and money on that. And so it's as crappy as you would imagine it is, you know? MLB, you might splurge on some things that one other person is kind of sort of interested in. Alberto says, I just get so mesmerized by Ruben's screen presence. I don't notice the background. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. We're talking characters I have no idea who they are, from books I have no idea existed, from artists whose names I have never heard of and can't remember. Wow. Rick, it looks like MLB is definitely buying squirrels. Nothing but squirrels, man. But great advice from Marcus, MLB. Just stop hating, start appreciating. I take collecting down all the way down to the bottom. Gold sinks to the bottom. Very heavy, indeed. Let me see. Who else we got? And let me see. Regarding the rebuilding. Rick was saying. Okay. Yes, as I figured. Thank you. Tom says, the HA auction coming soon. I hope I get some deals. Deals that HA? Good luck to you on that. You should be worried. You should be worried, Tom. Wish him only the best, right, Al? Yes. It will be rebuild has been fun. Get some things I find semi-cool. Got some things solely to flip to fund the war chest. Excellent, excellent. Okay. So guys, let me. I finally caught up, and now I'm going to spend some time. Well, it took an hour to catch up. It took an hour and 5 minutes, actually. Tom saying that I caught up fast. It took an hour and 5 minutes, so not really. But that's not really all my fault. I've been sort of reading pretty quickly, and it's just you guys have been very active in that chat, so which is good. I love it, so appreciate it. There you go. Have your good laugh, Tom. It's all right. Let me see. MLB says, I enjoy trying to buy art maybe more than the art. Interesting. That's kind of like saying I love the hunt more than maybe owning the art itself. And says that I realized they have no interest in comic books anymore. Prices plummeted down, had zero urge to get back what I sold. That's okay. A lot of people in the art hobby no longer collect comics, so you definitely would not be a rarity here. And now that he is caught up, I will say hi. Thank you, Lee. Thank you. And speaking of Lee, perfect timing, great segue. Now that I did catch up, and I'm going to take a couple minutes to fall behind again while I just let me do a couple of quick promos, including for Lee, because Lee has a new video I'm going to tell you about. So let me do that. First, let me say shout out to my newest sub, Pat Lee and Anonymous. Mr. Anonymous, Mr. number 750. Number 750 was Anonymous. I was hoping that, with a nice round number, maybe 750 would be somebody I knew or something, but oh well, no big deal. Welcome to you, whoever you are, Mr. Anonymous. Appreciate it. And so yeah, as I was, oops, that doesn't look good. It doesn't help you if it's just posted on screen. But as I was saying, everyone, Lee put out a video this past week, about 6 days ago. I think it was the day after I went live last week. And it's a video called, if I remember correctly, Beauty and the Beasts, Beasts plural, Beauty and the Beasts unboxing. So it's an unboxing. And as Lee often does, he's got more than one piece to unbox in this one. So I recommend checking it out. Some fun pieces. Wide kind of variety, like very, very different one piece to the next. I think you'd be surprised at that. So let me put the direct link to his video here. So there you go on that one, right? And then let me see here. Carl, who has not come in tonight, Carl put out a video, I think 4 days ago. I just noticed minutes before I went live. I checked for you, Carl. He put out a video called Comics I'm Reading and Art I'm Buying. Okay. Comics I'm Reading, Art I'm Buying. I did watch that one, so that's why I knew what it was about. And Carl explains in this video kind of what he plans on doing with his channel going forward. So if you're curious about that, check out this video, please. And another little thing to mention is that Carl, because he started doing comic book content, and the comic book hobby is much larger than the art hobby. When he started doing comic book content, he ended up, one or two of his videos really caught fire on the algorithm. And yeah, he ended up getting a lot of, comic book reader types, comic collector types subscribing. So his numbers, I think, are just over 900 now. So he's not too far from his first 1,000. So that's cool. So good on you for that, Carl. And let me put this here. Direct link to Carl's channel. There you go. All right. Hopefully that works for you all. All right. And then please make some time this coming Friday, everyone, won't you? to go check out Nicky B, Nick the Baruch himself, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, right here on YouTube at the EXP, the original art experience. For those of you who have not subscribed, just do a search, original art experience. You will catch the show, and it's a weekly Friday evening, well, East Coast Friday evening, Friday afternoon, 4 o'clock on the West Coast, art claim show / talk show, and some fun there, and some good fun art to be had as well. This coming Friday, I don't know what it's about. There's some kind of a theme, it seems, and it's called The Very Beginning. All right? The Very Beginning. That's what he calls it. So I'm not really sure what's meant by that. I'm intrigued, though. The Very Beginning makes it sound like origin pages or something. Ooh, pages about origins of characters, maybe. I don't know. I'm just taking a guess here, everyone. But yeah, please do. If you're not familiar with the show, maybe bookmark this. This is a direct link to the show right here. I'm putting in the chat. Please do go and check that out. And yeah, let's find out what happens. Let's see on Friday what type of art is going to be showing and how it relates to The Very Beginning. Okay. And that's it. So thank you for allowing me that, everyone. I appreciate it. I do believe that is all the promos I have to do. So I'll take another bite of my hummus and pita. I'm almost finished. Let me see. Okay. So we got Rick saying that Nick is on Tulsa time. Don't get the joke, Rick. But maybe you can explain it. Tom said the EXP-KS, I don't know what that is, trying to get more channel subs. Oh, is. He meant he typo. The EXP trying to get more channel subs, says Tom. Well, sure. He's always trying to get more channel subs. Sure. Like almost every YouTube channel, except for me. Do not subscribe to my channel. If you're not subscribed, do not subscribe unless you plan on coming back and become like at least a sort of semi-regular. Live or on rewind, doesn't matter. Whatever you can do and your preferences, that's fine. But if you do become a regular and a semi-regular even, and you want to subscribe, I would appreciate that. That's cool. It's easier to get notified and find out what I'm doing every week that way anyways. But yeah, if this is your first time watching, listening to this, and it's not really your thing, you don't think you don't think you'll be back, then don't subscribe. All right, the MLB says, I think comic art is going to grow fast. More and more will realize how worthless collecting comics with thousands and thousands of copies is. I mean, a lot of people in the hobby feel that way already. Many of us who stopped collecting comics many years ago. I mean, I wouldn't say worthless. They're not going to become worthless. There's always a market, and it's a much bigger market than the art for sure. Many multiples larger. So, Alberto says, hopefully it's homemade hummus. Hummus is easy to make and delicious. It's not, but it's a healthier option from the store-bought. It's imported from the Middle East, Alberto, and I can tell you, it's one of the healthier options. It's the ingredients are water, chickpeas, sesame paste, citric acid, and salt. That's it. Yeah, so it's a good one. It's not full of like that fattening olive oil and stuff. Trust me, Dan, Duke Fleet, Dan spent a lot of time trying to convince me to make my own hummus. I have nothing against anybody who wants to make it, Alberto, but I don't have the patience. I don't have patience when it comes to making food, so. But thanks for the reco. Old-timey song. Tulsa time. Okay, there you go. Robert filling out for you, Rickster. Don Williams and Eric Clapton covered it. Thank you, Robert. Thank you. Sing it, Ruben. Yeah, okay. You don't want to hear me sing, John. Although I have sung before from time to time. Because when you know you can't sing for your life, who gives a shit? When you know your shit, you don't feel embarrassed. You know what I mean? It's easier to not feel embarrassed because it's not like you think you're good, like some people, you know, those contestants on the American Idol show, right? Like they're completely oblivious to the fact that they're horrific and they don't have a voice. Yeah. Nick is Dynamite White Guy. There you go. You see, Rick? Robert, Rick appreciates you. MLB says, I subscribe to Ruben just so I can unsub when he gets close to 1,000. Make him earn that 1,000. I don't want to get to 1,000, so it's good. Don't subscribe. Carlos Mo says, what's today's topic? Well, you've been here long enough. I think you popped in earlier, and you should know by now. We've been talking a lot about the CAF redesign. Marcus says, you haven't collected the Absolute Batman comics? Dork and White Skies? I don't know who you're talking to on that one, but I certainly am not buying any dorks. But maybe MLB should go out and try that out. John says, you're reaching a new clientele. Not everyone enjoys art, but some really enjoy watching people eat. Chew it, big boy. Oh, yeah. Oh, spoon in the can. It's actually not even a spoon. It's one of these spreading things. Spreader? I don't know. Do they have a name? Not too bad. I use lemon juice instead of the citric acid. Right. But basically the same thing. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Trust me, Alberto. I was very happy when I found this because I didn't know it existed. I never imagined it would exist. I thought the other one I used to eat, full of oil and all these other ingredients. Yeah, I thought that was the only kind I could get. And then I found that and I was so happy. So yeah, much healthier. Like the Road Warrior style. There's no patience. Dump ingredients in a food processor and it's done. Yeah, that's it. I got no patience. Rick says that I'll intentionally strike out so as not to bat 1,000 subscribers. There you go. Or try to draw a walk. Whatever I have to avoid it, you know. I collected those comics and sold them on eBay, so I guess I collected them. There you go, Marcus. Apparently he made some dough on them. Mark says that I don't sing, Ruben raps. I don't do either very well at all, so that's the thing, right? Does it matter? Ruben is an EPMD guy. I can't say I am. And I appreciate Rick. He follows my cat balls. Yes, sir. There you go. And Rick, thumbs up it, baby. Butter knife. No, it's not a butter knife. It's got a really weird shape to it. And it comes to a weird curved point. Yeah, fancy. Yeah. It's kind of fancy looking. It's weird. Seems every month I see someone, even social media influencers, buying comics art, and years later, it's all comic art. Okay. Comic book collectors have moved art for decades and decades. Just lately, it seems to have increased dramatically. It's normal, though, right? People see something that, hey, look at that. It seems to be really hot. What's going on over there? You know, maybe we should look into that. And then they jump in, right? Although the people that do that typically are more in it for the speculating purposes, much more so. It's not likely that any of those people are in it because they suddenly gained an appreciation for the art form itself and just want to own one-of-kind pieces of art to look at, right? So yeah, you can bet your bottom dollar 99.9% of the time, if it's a comic book person crossing over to our side, they're in it because they want to see if they can speculate and, you know, buy stuff that'll be worth more down the road, whatever. Yeah. Rubén the fancy guy. I'm a meat and potatoes guy, Peter. Meat and potatoes. Rubén is goth, emo, and mod. You've never seen me look that way. But I'm not denying it either. Orphan Annie, Rubén is slipping. What do you mean by that? You're confusing me, Ilya. I don't know. I don't get that. Okay, so I did my promos, and now let me segue a little bit. I figure, you know what? We're gonna come back to the CAF review if there's still stuff to talk about. But just for a few minutes, let me talk to you about something else. And look, Nicky B came in. He's in the house, jumping in to say hi and ask everybody to hit that thumbs up. And he talks about meat and potatoes just as I'm waiting for dinner. Yes, sir. Nicky, what great timing. I literally finished doing your promo, I don't know, what, not more than 5 minutes ago or so. So, yeah, excellent. Thank you. It's been a minute since you dropped in, so good to see you, dude. Have a great, great dinner. Bottom dollar. You're confusing me even more. MLB, don't know the reasons, but the ratio to me seems to have increased along with the number of sales and sales prices. Okay. Okay. Hey, if you notice it, you notice it, you know. Yes, by the way, just to piggyback on Nicky, who's trying to help me. Again, as I said earlier, no need to subscribe, but I wouldn't mind the encouragement of seeing more thumbs up, you know, the likes. That's just nice to see. It's encouraging to see when there's like more than expected thumbs ups, you know, on a video. So if you don't mind doing that, if you're watching this now and you don't, you know, it's no skin off your back, honestly, I would definitely appreciate if you could hit the thumbs up, which is right beneath here where I'm pointing somewhere. Thumbs up icon. Would love that. Thank you to those of you who do, especially those of you who always do. And to those of you on Rewind, which is very, very, very few of you, probably like 1%. But to the few of you who do, after watching on Rewind, I appreciate you guys very much as well. So thank you. And let me see. John says, you have to eat the meat and potatoes. Oh, I thought you were going to do, how can you eat your meat if you don't eat your pudding? And how can you eat your pudding if you don't have any meat? That's what I thought you were going to do, you know, something like that. Man, I haven't heard that in years. But you're actually saying you have to eat the meat and potatoes with the fancy butter knife. No. It'd be kind of hard to cut things with it, though, you know. Rubén asked for the finger. Philip Bladden in the house. Does anyone have true original art? Let him know. Let him know. And while you try to help Philip with filling in a bit of his collection with some true art, okay, that's it. That's it. How can you have your pudding if you don't eat your meat? There you go. There you go. Tom's a fan too. Tom's a fan. Like it. Yeah. So as I was saying, and Nicky's helping him out, thinking that James Siegel might have some Chew art. He is known as having been a huge fan of Chew. We know that. Don't know if he's got art for sale, but look up James Siegel's CAF, Philip, and yeah, reach out to him and ask him. That's definitely a great idea, at least, even if he may say no, but it's a great start for sure. Yeah. Wow, Tom, that's your all-time favorite album, The Wall, really? Wow. Genius, says Rick. Yeah. But like, too bad what's his face went off the deep end in recent years. He says all kinds of crazy shit. Roger Waters, he's like psychotic or something. I don't know what's going on with him. He has some weird chicken art. I think that's from Chew. He chews the chicken. Chew is tough art. So anyways, yeah. So guys, let me segue a little bit for a couple of minutes, just to let you know that as I talked I've talked in the past many times and have mentioned to you all that if you ever get the opportunity, anybody ever invites you to a get-together of collectors, of art collectors, at somebody's home, or whether they rented a venue or something somewhere, and they have a small gathering of art collectors together, it's absolutely always worth going to check it out. You get to see a lot of incredibly huge variety of art in most cases, and then at the same time, in my opinion, at least, what's even better than looking at the art is the camaraderie. Hanging out with everybody, shooting the shit, shooting the breeze, getting to know everybody. Always a lot of fun. So check this out. I got just a few things I can show you. A lot of similarity here, but that's okay. So this is my friends. They're a couple of brothers, Neil and Lee Meechin. Okay, and they have a gallery on CAF. Okay, so if you want to look at, if you're curious, the last name is spelled M like Michael, E, C like Charlie, H, E, N like Nancy. Okay, and it's a brother duo, and they have a very interesting way of collecting together. They once did a show and tell on CAF Plus. So those of you who watch that regularly will remember. And it was one of these craziest shows where they didn't really want to talk about it much. They're not into the talking so much. They just want to show their art. And they wanted to show as much art as they could. So they did, I think it was like a 70-piece show and tell or something. So some of you know who I'm talking about. And yeah. So it was them who put it on yesterday. Saturday, and here we go. Check this out. What they do is Neil. It's in Neil's condo complex, because in the condo nobody's allowed to actually have parties, host parties. They have a nice big sort of conference room type thing, and they ask people to just like rent that out or whatever, and that's where they did it. Marcelo, what's up, Marcelo Mota? What's happening? Long time no see. And so yeah, so he rented it, and boy, it was a lot of fun here. Look, check this out, everybody. Let me just show you. I'll show you a few pics. Check this out. So yeah, this is what the room looked like, at least looking from one direction. And yeah, had nice long tables, so everybody could put their portfolios out, opened up like that. Some of the collectors, as you can see, even rather than bring a portfolio, they brought, as you can see on the right hand side there in the background, they brought framed pieces of art. And yes, indeed, Robert, portfolio party it is. And MLB says, I like this chat and live stream. Ruben and his groupies are good people. There you go. Thank you, MLB. I prefer minions, too much gristle. And Marcelo, everybody's saying hello now to Marcelo. Pork chops and applesauce. Well lit. Yes, sir, Rick. Well lit indeed. Yeah. And look at Tom. Wow, good Lord. Love it. Yeah. And Peter says, met one of the Meechins at the first OAX, right? And Peter, I didn't get a chance to photograph them, but those pieces you see, though, you see the three in the background there that are standing up. Those were 3 out of, I think, a 6 or 7 page complete story from an issue of Combat from the mid-60s, I think 65. And it was by Gene Colan, pencils, inks, and wash. Beautiful. I thought you would have loved it. I even asked it. I asked the owner. His name is Dennis Depues. He also has a gallery, by the way. I'm not sure if those combat pages are in his gallery, so it might be worth checking just in case, Peter. You can find his name under, so it's Después. I think he has it as D as in dog, E, space, capital P-U-E-S. Maybe there's no space, maybe there is, I'm not sure, but it's Después. Okay. So he might have those in his gallery. I don't know. And if so, I think you would love to see them. So much sunlight. All the Starlin and Gil Kane pieces are fading. Nice Brady Bunch rep, Tom. Great tables indeed, Peter. Ruben should have been there, but something suddenly came up. I don't know what you mean. Wake Island by Gene Colan, probably. Oh, okay. So you might be familiar with it then, Peter. Okay. Oh, might be the story for the cover you have. Wow. This is like some sort of collector's summit. Yeah, sort of. Marcus. Been amazing to have been there. Well, no, Tom, just to be clear, it's one day. It was only yesterday, Saturday. And it was only from 2:30 in the afternoon until 8 o'clock at night. So yeah, so 5.5 hours. So it's very much like the one that Jeff Singh puts on every year in September, except the only major difference was that Jeff's, because it's at Jeff's home, he lets it go as long as people want to stay there. So Jeff's tends to last until like 1 in the morning. But Neil and Lee, like they could only keep the room until 8 p.m. So, but other than that, yeah, it's really a lot of fun. So very, very cool. And there is Jeff Singh. Yes, he says to Marcus, Collectors Summit North. The North remembers. Nice. Sort of North. Definitely West though. Yeah. So there we go. And then I got another one I'll show you quickly, guys. Here we go. There's another piece. So this is from the other end. All right. So this is just walking down. You walk down to the windows at the far end on this page, this photo, and then you turn around and yeah, you face the other way, and that's where you see the rest of it. So really, really nice. Really, really cool. And I'll show you later at the far end, there's a really cool hangout area where people can sit, chat, eat. Yeah, so very, very cool. And let me see. Does the sports talk ban include basketball? Not for me. Not for me. It's my channel. I say not for me, but you risk pissing other people off, Philip. But I would rather you don't say anything if you're talking about NCAA. I would kind of prefer, even though I'm not a big basketball guy, I'd rather still kind of be surprised. But otherwise, it's up to you. Después, Blazing Combat, U-Boat, yes! U-Boat story. Look forward, closer look, different from Dell's Combat. Okay. Yes, it was awesome. It's all I know is it was awesome. Winter is coming. God, winter is leaving, hopefully. Maki Poo-Poo, where's Vivian? What do you mean, where's Vivian? Vivian's around. She's around. Ruben bans basketball talk. It looks like Marcus wants to ban it. Yeah. Jeff says that Vivian's at the spa. She's really not a spa person, I have to admit. Let me see. Yeah, no, Tom, definitely no. She's more likely to be home than at the spa, I'll tell you that. Curling talk is okay, exactly. You can talk curling all you want. Spoil it as much as you want, guys. Okay, so, of course, and by the way, for those of you who don't know, Neil, that's Neil. That is Neil right there on the right-hand side, closest to the camera with the black t-shirt. So yeah, and let me show you another one again from the other side. Check that out. So a bit of a closer look. And yeah, and the brothers were really, really cool, and they furnished us with pizza, fresh fruit, vegetables for people who are vegetarians. soft drinks, water. Yeah, so really, really good. Very, very nicely done. And yeah, great job. And like I say, guys, if you ever have a chance to do anything similar to this, I highly recommend it. I think you would all love it. Let me see. Yeah. Amputee cornhole, too. That's a reference, guys. Whoever's been watching, whoever was online listening to the news last week, you may have heard something about a murder and an amputee and some cornhole championships. So this is the Kirby generation for sure. What can we say, man? What can we say? Was there a VIP reception? Marcus, the whole thing is VIP reception. And it was free. Even better, it was free. You know? Peter! Hey, by the way, Peter, I'm calling you out because Jeff is here now. And Jeff told me that you said to him that you might want to come up to his gathering in the future. And I was so excited when he told me that. So I hope you're serious about it, because I would love for you to come up. That would be amazing, man, to hang out with you. I don't know how serious you were about it, but that would be awesome. High-end meetup. It's not a high-end meetup. There's art of all kinds, everybody. Art of all kinds. That's a nice setup for a night show. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was telling Neil and Lee, who set it up, you know. It was very, very nice. Well, I bet some deals were made. You know what? It really is, Tom, more of a just you go there to chat and to just look at other people's art. I can honestly say I've never witnessed somebody doing a deal in all the years that I had gone to Jeff's house for that art gathering. I would assume that some deals happen, but believe it or not, I would guess that it doesn't happen. Like, it's not a regular occurrence. Let's put it that way, because it really is more about promoting, just, you know, getting together with other collectors, you know, sharing the art with each other, you know, hanging out, shooting the breeze with each other. So were there giveaways to attendees? Well, yeah, the pizza, the fresh fruit, the vegetables, the drinks, lots of food giveaways. Indeed, Scott, it was very, very cool for sure. And yeah, Peter says, yes, serious. Love to meet you. Jeff in person. Ditto, Alan Barnard. Yes. And there's Alan right there, in case you're not sure of who he is, Peter. I don't know if you ever met him, but on this picture, starting from the left-hand side, he's the second guy. So the blue jeans with the burgundy top. That's Alan Barnard right there. And clothing optional, hot tub is where deals are made. I've watched the shows, and the Canada Border Guards kind of scared they don't mess around. Well, they have the identical show for the United States as well, though, Tom. You know that, right? They have it for Canada, for the United States, for Australia, for several countries. None of those customs people screw around. Believe it, man. Don't ever screw around with customs. Let's put it that way. So yeah, that'd be great, Peter. That would be great. I hope you can do it. Just FYI, the next one at Jeff's is going to be in September, so that would be awesome. You got enough time to plan it out now, since we're still 6 months away. So that'd be awesome if you can make it to that one. And great to know what he looks like. Yeah, obviously not a great shot of him. Let me see a couple of more images. Here we go. Okay, it's a little closer. It's like the same shot, but a little bit closer. So there you go. That's him there. And then we have this one. Yeah, so basically the same thing. But as the last image I wanted to share with you guys is this one. So you see one at the far end, right? Because here, let me show you this again. Right, so that at the far end there, that's one end of the room. And check out this. Check this out at the other end. Look at that. Look at all that plentiful seating there for everybody. So cool. Everybody, they see that's where we all sat to eat and we shoot the shit at the same time. And that's me and Mike Curtin talking on the right-hand side. Peter, that's again Alan Barnard right next to me on my right-hand side. And Rich Danny's is there, kind of in the center, at the back in the center. Yeah, and most of everybody else you guys probably don't remember or don't know, except Eric B. Eric Belanger on the left-hand side, first guy on the left. His back is to us with the gray shirt. So yeah, so very, very cool. And a lot of fun. And of course, it's always fun to see people you know over and over, you know. It's always good to talk to and see the fellas. And shoes definitely stay on because we're not in the house, right? Not in the house. So yeah, shoes stay on for sure. Wow, super nice, says Peter. Indeed. Shoes on is the best. Listen, if it was my house, I also would insist you took off the shoes. But anyway, so yeah, so thank you, everybody. Just again, wanted to promote that because it is super fun all the time. And by all accounts, even from all the different ones that have happened over the years, hosted by different collectors that I've never attended in different cities all over North America. By all accounts, those have all also been very fun. So yeah, if you ever get an opportunity, anybody near you, or even if it's not so near you, you know, because this one is very, very close to Jeff's house. So for me, it still would be another 5.5 hour drive. So yeah, to me, I think it's still worth it, you know. And Rick says, hard to run away with a portfolio with shoes off. Exactly. It's true. Only thing missing was hummus. Well, I don't think too many people there would have been a big fan. Dan, the Duke himself, he would have been a hummus fan. Everybody else, probably not, I would think. Woohoo, hockey pool champ. Congrats, John. I hope you won. I hope you get yourself a nice piece of art with that $50 that you won in that hockey pool. Okay, so everybody, it's 1 3/4 hour into the show. And since I'm alone and it's exhausting and my throat's getting pretty sore already from nonstop talking, as I always say when I'm alone, I wouldn't mind stopping, let's say in another 15 minutes, like make it 2 hours and make it a short one tonight. We did get a lot of talk in about, some good feedback about the redesign on CAF. And of course, I was able to do promos and I was able to promote this nice, fun art collector gathering in the Greater Toronto area as well again. So the intent was to segue back again, do the 180 one more time, and go back to the CAF Redesign chat. But I think we've kind of covered it all for now. I mean, it's still pretty brand new. I mean, I think a lot of you guys also would agree you probably need more time to fiddle around with it and see how it all goes, kind of thing, you know. And in the meantime, while I'm talking, Rick is telling everybody that Rubén DaCollector is greater than Tom Cruise. I'm certain that 500 million people on the globe would disagree with you. But knowing how I feel about Mr. Cruise, I'm on your side of that equation, Rick. And I would say I'm definitely greater than Tom Cruise. Thank you. Alberto says, Rubén, we need you to do a live walkthrough of the CAF redesign. No, I haven't looked at it yet, Alberto. I haven't looked at it. I got to take my time and when I have time and do it that way. I don't want to form an opinion like on the spot live or whatever. It's not, I don't find that fair. I want to be fair in my assessment. I'd rather just do it on my own, take my time and just see how it goes. MLB says, Peter's a great friend, could be watching Last Samurai, but he came here instead. I know. He's a good dude. He's a good dude, Peter. And so Tom says, no pop-ins tonight. Someone make the move. You cruise, you lose. Tom says, yes, Ruben, do a live walkthrough. No. Not going to do that. There was no hummus in the movie The Menu, so Ruben wasn't a fan. Let's not get on the movie talk. I was trying to avoid it for tonight because we did it 2 weeks in a row, or at least two hangouts in a row. But he's right. He's talking about the movie called The Menu, which is a satirical piece of work. I like the premise, but I like the premise more than I enjoyed the movie. But I got to tell you, and you may be surprised at this, Jeff, given the fact that when I saw it, I was sleepy, you never know how much I may not have sort of caught. And so, believe it or not, Jeff, I may make an attempt to catch it again, just to give it a bit more of a fair shot. And believe it or not, also, I may even give a shot to that other one you talked about, the triangle, whatever, boat ship one. You never know. But let me just quickly say, guys, about movies without wanting to get too much into the movies. Also saw a movie called help me if I'm wrong, Jeff. I think it was called Windy River, Winter River. Help me out, Jeff. It's with Hawkeye. What's his name? Hawkeye guy. From about 7 or 8 years ago or something. And to prepare a top 10 list of what? The Menu, the stuff for some crazy employees. Right on. You saw it, Tom. Did you like it, Tom? Rick says the Menu was intense. MLB says, when's the next stop Insanity? It's up to Matt. I let Matt decide whenever he's ready. But he typically doesn't want to do a show more than once every 2 months. So it'll still be a while yet. But thank you for saying that me and Matt are awesome together. We appreciate that both. Thank you, MLB. Very nice of you. We really love it. Like it's kind of a passion project for us. We think it's really fun. And the fact is, all of you guys, or most of you guys, really think it's fun. And the Rewind watchers, those are the shows that get the most views on Rewind, are the Stop the Insanities. So yeah, it's great. It's great that there's something that so many people love and enjoy checking out. So, but thank you, man. I appreciate it. Peter, yeah, that's what everybody's saying. Crazy movie. Yeah. Hamburger. That cheeseburger saved her life. She wanted to go. Wanted it to go. Triangle of Sadness. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. MLB Menu is great just for the acting performances. Okay. A lot of big fans of The Menu. Okay, so it looks like I probably should watch it again. Give it a second shot. And just Wind River. Okay. Wind River, everybody. For those of you who are very familiar with Steve Lieber's Whiteout, it really reminded me a lot of Whiteout. It's not identical, but if you watch this, I think a lot of things will jump out at you. You'll know what I mean by it. It's basically a murder mystery, and it's some pretty cool stuff in it. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. And I might check that one out again because, again, I was tired when I watched it. I don't feel I really missed anything, but I enjoyed it, and I feel like, okay, maybe when I'm more awake, I might even enjoy it even more, Wind River is even better. MLB loves Wind River. Nice. We got another vote for that one. Tom, Wind River's good. Likes it. Okay. Thank you, Hawkeye Jeremy Renner. Thank you. You know how it is, Robert. these things, I think of them on the spot, and then I just draw blank. It's only when I'm not on the spot, then these things always come to me, Yes, exactly. Jeremy Renner, everybody. Yeah, really good. Really good. I really enjoyed it. And Marcus says, maybe if Ruben can through a Blade Runner, you lost the word there. Maybe if I can what through a Blade Runner. Love Stop the Insanity, says Peter. There we go. Another vote for the show, for that series within a series. Thank you, Peter. Voldemort makes a mean burger. Whiteout novel, greater than Whiteout the movie. I never watched the movie because I was afraid it would suck too bad, Peter. So, yeah. I just want the memory of the graphic novel to stay with me. And MLB says, Lioness, Paramount TV show by same writer, director of Wind River was surprisingly good. Lioness. Paramount. I don't have Paramount, though. But good to hear that. Good to hear that. Well, listen, I say graphic novel, whatever, Peter, only because that's how I read it. That's how I discovered it. But I don't know. Maybe it was released as comic books. It could have been. I don't know. But I discovered it just as that really thin graphic novel, right? So, but in fairness, Whiteout 2 was pretty shitty, I remember. I didn't like number 2, but yeah, I'd like to reread number 1 someday. Yeah, it was. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic at the time, and I read that like in the early 2000s, so it's probably been a good quarter century now. Yeah, and then I got it picked up. I picked up a few more. Sort of like a couple of more recommendations. I wish I could remember offhand what they were, but I had them. I wrote them down. Jeff gave them to me, and I wrote them down. Just so I don't forget, but they're in my wallet, which is in another room right now, so I can't tell you what they are. But when I get around to watching them, I'll if I like them, I'll bring it up here for sure and let you guys know. Paramount Plus, they usually give a free or cheap. But that's cool. I appreciate that. I don't like signing up to free trials and stuff. I don't like downloading new apps constantly and try these free trials, and then sometimes you got to remember to quit the trial, otherwise they start charging you. I'm good. There's more than enough stuff to see and not enough time to see it all in anyways. MLB, you know how that goes. So plenty of stuff. You can't watch it all. Rucka Rocks, yes sir. Hell or High Water. There you go. There you go. Wait a second. But remind me, Jeff, is Hell or High Water was that the 4-part show with the kid? Was that Hell or High Water? Oh no, that was the other one. Adolescence. Anybody ever see Adolescence? And yeah, Big Lebowski. Yes, exactly. People have been telling me for years, and we've talked about it on my channel as well, by the way. And people have told me you need to watch Lebowski. Yeah. Anybody? Do you guys know Adolescence? A 4-part series? Oh, the Chris Pine. That's the Chris Pine one. Okay, hello. I don't know if I want to see that though. I don't think I wrote that one down though. But the other one, Adolescence, sounds up my alley. But yeah, let me know. Tom says yeah. MLB's seen it all. Pretty picky in the last 5 to 10 years. Not much good coming out. I don't know. I feel like in the last 15 years, I feel like we're in the golden age of television. I feel there's more great television in the last 15 years or so than ever at any other time in history. A big part of that is because it finally became respected enough to where movie actors are no longer ashamed to say that, hey, I did television, right? For many, many decades, since the advent of television, right? There was a stigma for film actors to work in television. It was a major step down in their careers. It was considered something you shouldn't do. But man, tons of movie stars now do television, and yeah, I think it's better than ever, man. Seen all those. Okay, Tom. And Rick agrees with you, Jeff. Hell or High Water was good. I watched 9 to 5 and Silent Rage last night. So 9 to 5, if that's the Dolly Parton one, I enjoyed that, I gotta tell you. Silent Rage sounds familiar. I'm not sure I remember what that was. Paramount shows are good, but most made for streaming movies are not so good. All right, thank you, Lee. Yeah, Corey, all of a sudden, it wasn't supposed to. I figured I was the only guy. I said, I'll segue back to talking about the CAF redesign, but everybody suddenly started talking about TV and movies. And you know what I always say, Corey, I'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. So even if I'm switching it back to like art-related stuff, if you keep talking movies, I'll keep talking movies. So whatever you want. Robert says that it helps when movie actors can sign on for a show that's only 8 episodes a season instead of 22. That's true. That's true, Robert. Yep. Good point for sure. Yeah. And Rick tells Corey it's so easy to fall into, meaning, talking about movies. Exactly, though, Rick, right? Because, yes, what brings us all together in this hobby, of course, is the mutual common denominator of the original comic book art. But like I always say, the reality is that all of us, or the vast majority of us, we still have other interests in life in terms of what entertains us. And I would say most of us, if not all of us, have some level of interest in either film or television, right? So that's something else we all have in common. So yeah, it's just very, very easy to fall into that talk for sure. MLB, what are these great golden age shows? What do you mean by that, MLB? Corey is back for the attack. Corey is dead wrong. It's TV talk, not movies. Well, let's call it all thing. Bye, Jeff. Jeff is out of here, everybody. Have a good one. Have a good one, man. We'll talk soon. Oh, Jeff. Yeah, I forgot. Have a great trip, man. I know, Jeff, everybody. Jeff is leaving for another vacation, I think tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. Have a good time out there, Jeff. Hope it's a lot of fun. And we'll chat at some time after you get back. Take it easy and be safe out there. Okay, just saw a cool auction on Auction Zip. Has the first cameo appearance of Thrag. So the page has the first cameo appearance of Thrag. You do know, Corey, though, that almost nobody here would know what you're talking about, let alone care. But that's interesting. So Auction Zip? I never even heard of that. I've never even heard of that. I don't even know what that is. I mean, it sounds like an auction platform online, clearly. But wow, never heard of Auction Zip, I must say. Do they get any bidders? Maybe it's something to check out you can get deals on because nobody knows about it. MLB says, I find COVID and post-COVID, it's more putting out as much content as you can, and most isn't that good. You have the right to your opinion. I would agree across the board that look, and I've said this before, MLB, I'm a believer that across the board in life, right, just in general terms, talking about practically everything, I'm a believer that there's a lot of everything out there. And therefore, 90% of it is probably garbage. And then 10% of it is various levels of good to great. So I kind of agree with you in that sense. But I like I said, I say that in generalities. I feel like that's true for almost anything. I'll say the same thing about movies, right? If we were to count every single movie ever made year after year after year, right? And we were to watch every one of them and then ask ourselves, how many of them did we like or love versus the ones that we thought were like just or you hated, you know? I really think that at most there would be 10%, that 10% of them that you would think like, yeah, that was good. You know? That's what I feel. That's how I see it. Same thing with music, like Rick is saying, look, and I'll say the same thing for music, you know? Music, movies, and comic art make the world go round. They do indeed. They do indeed, Rick. Yes, sir. That's why we always get caught up sometimes with music too. Not as much, but we have. I love a good documentary. Me too, Tom. And the History Channel. Yeah, I used to love History Channel back in the 90s. But honestly, over the years, I found it got worse and worse. Like less great programming and more they started putting on like reality, unscripted shows, whatever. I don't like calling them reality because they're so fake, whatever. You know what I mean? But yes, unscripted type shows. Yeah. So I haven't watched it in years, to be honest. Lee says that Southland, 13-year-old show running on Netflix. I highly recommend. Lee, tell us. Southland sounds very familiar. Is that the one with Benjamin? What's his last name from the OC? And his partners with his police partner guy is the redheaded guy who used to play that guy on The Walking Dead, and he got his head bashed in on The Walking Dead at some point. If that's what you're talking about, I loved that show when it came out. I was watching it weekly as every episode came out back then. I hope that's the one. I hope that's the one and not a similar sounding thing. Like Jeff from Corey, Golden Age was 2008 to 2019 for you. Okay. Robert says lots of 6 to 8 episode TV shows feel like 2-hour movie scripts that got stretched. That's a fair assessment, you know. More good wishes to Jeff, even though he's gone. Have a fun trip, Jeff. Yeah, Southland is a great show. Invincible. I loved the comic book, Corey. I had no patience for the show. I started watching the first episode and I realized I don't have patience for this. Yeah, I just don't. I mean, it was well done and everything. I'm not saying anything bad about it. I just didn't have patience. I'm not in the mood to yeah. I'd rather watch other things, especially since I already know, you know, the comic. I'm very familiar with the comic. But a lot of people love it, which is cool. Yeah, and my daughter, by the way, including my 16-year-old daughter, she loves it. She loves Invincible. And she hasn't read the comics. She's only been watching the show. So yeah, even if a TV show is good, it's only 6 episodes. Yeah. Like Game of Thrones had 10 episodes, hour and a half long, right? Night, 7 Kingdoms, 6 half-hour long episodes. Corey says, lately there have been some crazy comic and art auctions on the platform. Really? Like, what do you mean by crazy, though? Hey, Jason Richardson in the house. Ruben loves all Harrison Ford movies. He wants you all to know. The biggest fan, baby, the biggest fan. MLB says, for a period, HBO, AMC had banger after banger. Yeah, I think it goes in waves. You know, it goes like anything else. It goes in waves, you know. Speaking of HBO, a late lamented show, probably from 20 years ago, or maybe even a little bit earlier. It might have started in the late 90s. I can't remember anymore. How many of you guys remember Oz? O-Z. O-Z. Oz. That prison show. Oh, what a fantastic television series. So upset when they canceled it. Oh. But yeah, great. Yes, Lee confirms that's the one we're talking about, Southland. Yeah, such a great cop show, man. Such a great cop show. I'm not really a big fan. I'm not into cop shows, but I watched it when it came out, man, and I really loved it. And that was one of the shows I was really pissed that they canceled or they didn't renew, whatever you want to call it, you know. More TV shows than ever, but percentage of good ones got worse. Yeah. But the percentage gets worse, but because there's so many more, on a net number basis, the net amount means that there's also more good shows out there. So think of it that way. And Robert says, I finally just started watching Stargate. Never saw that. I only saw the movie, the first movie, to see why it ran for 50 seasons or whatever. And what do you think, Robert? Don't leave us in suspense. Auction Zip has a stuffed and mounted black bear up right now. Oh, dear Lord. They mix in comic art with stuffed and mounted black bears. Oh, boy. Just started watching Peaky Blinders. I heard that was great. So far, so good. Okay. Peaky. Yeah, it got a lot of attention. It's had a lot of attention. Ruben should watch Shrinking. Never heard of it. Why should I watch it? Why should I watch something called Shrinking? There's so many things for me to watch. You know how it is, Marcus. There's just no time for everything. I want to check out Adolescence. You know, Jeff and his son, both of his sons, one of his sons said, oh, I stopped watching it. I said, why? You didn't like it? It was boring or something? He's like, no, it just got disturbing. It was too disturbing. I just couldn't keep watching. And Jeff had told me previous to that it was disturbing. So I don't know. I'm very curious, and it's the subject matter is up my alley. So yeah, Tom said Oz was awesome. Yeah, man, that was such a great show. So good. Highly recommended. Everybody should watch that. Unless you're somebody who never cared for, prison movies and that kind of thing. Obviously, you're not going to like it. Everybody else, I think you'd love it. MLB, everything is the same show as they are out of ideas. Oh, well, that's true too. Sure. A lot of the stuff is copied, obviously, That's true. See, but you're saying Sons of Anarchy are just the Sopranos, but with, biker, pirate, ranchers, whatever. That could be true, but as you say, it's still good. And I never watched it, but I saw Sopranos, but I never watched the Sons of Anarchy. But I heard a lot of my friends watched Sons of Anarchy, and they loved it. So, you see, Tom watched them all. I was curious and just searched. The bear was the first thing that popped up. I'm telling you, John, that sounds like an auction platform I don't really want to attend. I don't want to check out maybe anymore. Cocaine Bear Collectible. Pretty cool what you can see. Yeah. 10 Acre Wood. It's so cynical. Try a few episodes. It's not that I'm cynical. It's that there's too many things to watch. There's no time for me to watch everything you guys recommend. There's too much. I still got a boatload of these war movies that you guys, recommended. I still have to work on. Stuff from before that. I mean, yeah, the list is never ending. And now this weekend, I got a couple of extra, like little suggestions. I'm not being a cynic. Just too little time and too many supposedly good things to watch. Robert says that it's too early to have an opinion after 7 episodes of Stargate. Oh, since the shows often take a couple of seasons to really hit their stride. Out of the first 7 episodes I've seen, though, 1 was quite good. Oh, boy. Sorry to hear that, man. That's not very promising sounding. Any Black Sails fans? You know what? I never saw it, MLB, but it was told to me years ago when it was coming out that it was excellent. But again, it was just one of those things. I just didn't have the time. But I heard it was fantastic. Yeah, but I guess you gotta be into pirates because it's all about pirates, Yeah. From Pittsburgh, Stargate gets good. Oh, Tom thinks it gets good. It's basically Star Trek. Haven't seen Black Sails. We'll have to check it out. Yeah. I'm a Babylon 5 diehard, says Robert. We were watching that again with the family members who never saw it. Okay. That's something I never saw. Stargate SG-1 is good except for the last 2 seasons, says Hyder. I heard Stargate is like Nathan Never, says Marcus. A Marvel fan says, love Babylon 5. And Burn After Reading is back. Burn After Reading, giving me his review. You guys remember last week he asked me if it was worth going to Mark the Comic Hunter's store in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And he is back to say that Comic Hunter was great. The Empire Strips Back was great. Those of you who follow me on Instagram might remember, I don't know if it was last not this past summer, the summer before, so the summer of 2024. I posted on Instagram, the Empire Strips Back. It was a what do you call it? See, every time I'm on air with you guys, I blank on the words that I'm looking for. The women who do that starts with a B, I think, but I'm blanking completely. They take off their clothes, not stripping, but here, let me jump ahead and see if one of you has typed it in. Burlesque. Thank you. There you go. Thank you, Hyder. Burlesque. Yeah. So it's burlesque. What the theme is Star Wars, and so I posted pictures, some pictures from when I went with Vivian, a couple of summers back. So that's what he's talking about. Burn after reading, saw it, and thought that was great too. That's cool. I'm glad. I enjoyed it myself. Finding parking in Montreal made me rage. Yep. It makes everyone rage. So I am not surprised at all about that. But hey, listen, you can't love everything in any city you go to. But yeah, glad you found the show really good, and glad you also enjoyed the comic shop. So very cool. And thanks for coming back and letting me know, man. Never missed any episode. Hey, Mark B says, how was your viewing of Castle Freak? I have not seen Castle Freak because I checked again, Mark, and it is not available. It's actually not available. Like, it's there, right? But like I would have to pay for it or whatever. And I'm not paying for that 5.8 on 10 movie. No offense. But it's on my list. If I don't lose that piece of paper with all your suggestions on it, you guys, I'll keep it. I'll hang on to it. And, you never know. These movies, sometimes they become available, right? So I'll keep my eye on it, Mark. Carl's Collection in the house. What's up, Sodergren? What is happening? Movie Rental Family with Brendan Fraser is very good. Never even heard of it. There you go, everybody. Rental Family with Brendan Fraser. I saw The Whale. With Brendan Fraser. I thought that was difficult to watch, but really good. Rental Family, though. So there you go. Never heard of that one. Love the first Stargate movie. Couldn't get into the series. Yeah, same here, Rick. Well, I didn't try the series, but I remember really liking the movie. So hey, Carl, hey Tom, hey Hyder. Hi Carl. And we got John again. I can't watch Stargate. Keep expecting MacGyver to break out the duct tape and rabbit wire and solve everything. Good old days. Nah, I never watched the MacGyver. That was not a show for me. Black Sails is good. They did a big prop auction, and I bought some gold coins. Of course you did, Tom. MacGruber. There you go, Rick. Now, I've seen some MacGruber skits because I used to watch SNL, but I've watched no MacGyver. True story. Sat next to one of the actors from Babylon 5 at a wedding reception. Oh my God, Carl. Can I please be your best friend from now on for the rest of our lives? Please. Oh, so good. And the welcome wagon is out again. Robert says, the first episode of Stargate mentioned MacGyver. Oh my God, did it? That's a bit cheesy. Did a reaction shot of Richard D'Anson. Oh my God, really? Which made my wife and I chuckle. Okay, I'm glad it made you chuckle because I think I would have been rolling my eyes hard on that, Robert. Wow. MLB, not for Pittsburgh, but should live there. Their baseball team is Pirates, and they look to be good moving forward. Marcus says, he next to all five of them. Peter Jurassic, he was also in Tron, which I happily chatted with him about. Never heard of him, Carl, but maybe I can still be your best friend forever anyways. MLB says, I like Pirates, Brewers, Rays. Small market underdogs have to scrap together teams. John says, whoa, when did empty spot on the wall get filled? Look at that. Today. Just today. Just like less than an hour before I went live tonight. You're going to have to catch up on the rewind if you have time. I talked about it. We talked about it at some point earlier in the show. Oh, I can even help you if you don't have time to catch the whole rewind, John. It was at the 49-minute mark, or let's try 47. Go to 47. Maybe we started talking about it there. Try 47. Watch at least the 49 minutes because at the 49-minute mark, I started talking for sure that it took somebody 49 minutes to finally notice. So there you go. Willie Stargell, pops, baby, pops. Corey, it took like I said, it took somebody 40. It took everybody. Nobody noticed until 49 minutes in for somebody to finally notice. Small market teams are just farm systems for the Dodgers and the Yankees. That is true. I appreciate Carl. I appreciate it. You know, I'm always in the market for a new best friend. You know how it is. A guy who can make a hang glider out of a lawnmower. That is true. I'm a red-green fan myself. Are you, John? Master of duct tape, indeed. I can feel your jealousy from here. Best bud. What can I tell you? I wish I could have met Tom Ray Jackvick, or sorry, what was his name again? Let me quickly try to find it. Let me see. Peter Jurassic. How can I forget a name about dinosaurs? Peter Jurassic. How can I not be jealous, man? You know. Zero Kiori. What up, dude? Any fans of Neil Breen movies? I just watch for the story and actors, so I don't really follow like the directors and all that. Anybody else who wants to answer can do it. Corey says, don't know who Neil Breen is. And I must admit, I've never heard the name either. Was Peter Jurassic the one with the Larry Fine haircut? John Brown is asking. Now he's curious. And yeah, he was the one with the crazy hair. There you go. Robert, thank you. He's filling me in here. Peter Jurassic played Londo Mollari, the Centauri ambassador with the tall hair. Yeah, well, I wouldn't know because I never watched it. In Tron, he played the accounting program that did the High-a-Lie, by the way, everyone. That's pronounced High-a-Lie game against Flynn. All right. He's like the Ube Bowl of this generation. Who the hell is Ube Bowl? I know Manute Bowl. There's the Manute. You know, there's the bowl of any generation. Zero Kiori. Manute Bowl. Marcus knows what I'm talking about. Great cast on Bad 5. Emily, I think I got some Neil Breen original art. John says, did Peter have his hair styled up? I don't know. But okay. I think we're good, everybody. We weren't even planning on it. We got some good CAF feedback. It doesn't look obviously like Kasra is going to be coming in tonight. And that's fine. I'm sure you guys will catch whatever they have to say. I'm guessing on Thursday. So check in for that if you want to hear more about what they think about the changes and what people's feedback about the changes are, on the CAF redesign and everything. But yeah, we got a good portion of time of the show we did with that, and even was able to talk about the comic art get together that happened in on the weekend, and then unexpectedly movie talk. I wasn't planning on that one tonight, so 7'6" Manute Bowl. You know it, Rick. Short shows suck, says Tom. That's how much he loves them so much. He likes to stick around, And I appreciate that. At least I know you're sad, which means it's a good thing. It's a good thing, Tom. It just means you like it, you appreciate it, and I appreciate you for that. So thank you. Robert says, like REO Speedwagon, we roll with the changes. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, hold on. Roll with the changes. Isn't that Fleetwood Mac? Or is there a similar sounding song? I'm gonna go with you being right then, Robert. Maybe I'm thinking of a similar sounding song. Caesar's laughing. Uwe Boll, known for his bad movies. Okay. Well, I guess that's why I don't know him. Do 2 months of 2 or 3 hour shows, and then bam, a 12-hour one. Yeah. I don't know if I could even survive that, man. Next week, show about the CAF site will bring many here to watch. But we already did it tonight. What do you mean? What could we possibly do next week? Especially since you guys will have talked about it this week, probably on Thursday coming, 4 days from now, right? You know that, Tom. Who the hell's going to want to talk about it again three days after that on my channel? You know what I mean? Okay. All right. Thank you, Rick. Robert, I did give it to you, Robert. Thank you, Rick, for confirming. That's cool. MLB going to keep on loving me. Thank you. Thank you. I have the best of. Then again, probably everybody has the best of REO Speedwagon. I must say, they were very cheesy, those cheesy love songs, but they were also very good cheesy love songs, you know? But, hey, 2-ish hour show. Good on me. Yeah, they can't all be married. Exactly. That's exactly it, you know? That's what I think, Carl. The show's ending already? I guess I'll have to go back to drinking at the hotel pool. I'm actually shocked that you're even here, Mark. Like, why aren't you with your wife? Why are you here with us instead of with your wife while you're in Hawaii? That's craziness, man. That's craziness. I got to tell you. Another guy, not heard of Uwe Boll. Anything like a scorpion bowl? Definitely REO Speedwagon. There's the love song lover, because he's a lover man himself. Alberto. Next week we want your. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna do a show though where you're just gonna hear me give you my feedback. I can do that in like maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Like, you know, I mean that wouldn't really be a show. But we'll see. We'll see what other topics there may be. Maybe we can do that, and I'll tell everybody. Maki Poo Poo, have a good night and have a good week, of course. Yeah, thank you. All REO Speedwagon is the best stuff. Well, there you go. That's what I mean, you know. Early REO rocked harder. But can you really say REO ever actually rocked, Rick? That's really the good question here, right? Can you really ever truly say that REO Speedwagon ever truly rocked? That's a tough one. Even I would have to sort of take umbrage with that. I don't know. That's a tough one. But you may know it. But it sounds like you know it better than I do. Like I said, I was really just a best of guy. Never really took the time to listen to more, you know. Take care, Scott. Thanks for being here as always. Appreciate you. Sean says, REO Speedwagon completes me. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Sean. She's taking a nap before we go out to dinner. There we go. But that's okay. That's a pretty good nap. What a perfect timing for a nap. Wow. Excellent timing, Mark. Wow. I was glad you could do it. I was glad you could stick with us all this time, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your vacation. Don't know how long you're staying, but yeah, man, have a great time. You're in paradise, right? So how can't you have a great time? Yeah, man, enjoy it. REO is, oh my God. Tom actually saw them in concert. Wow. And they were awesome. Wow. Wow, that's pretty cool, Tom. Actually, honestly, if the tickets were like what I thought was fairly priced enough, I would probably go see them. I think I know enough of the hits to like, you know, and plus the nostalgia acts. That's all they do. They typically just play mainly the hits. So I think it'd be worth the money. As long I don't know, $100, $125, that kind of price. I don't like to pay much more than that for concerts. Don't bash the CAF. Yeah, people, don't bash the CAF. Who bashed the CAF? Not heavy metal, but yes, they rocked. I know it's definitely not heavy metal, man. That's for damn sure. But okay, I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. Wow. RBO might have tripped on the rock. Just think of a fun Easter themed show. Oh, it's true. It's Easter. It'll be a smaller crowd probably then next week. Yeah. Good luck with that, Tom. Good luck of anybody trying to figure out what kind of an Easter themed comic art show we could ever talk about. I mean, even if you expanded it to like anything and everything, like what could we possibly talk about other than, hey, did you guys get any chocolate Easter bunnies today? You know? And if I get any chocolate, I'll let you know. But going to be hard to talk about Easter related stuff. 80s good fun pop rock. Yes. It's cheesy rock though. You got to admit it's cheesy. It's like good cheesiness, you know? Chicago in concert is fun as well. I would absolutely love to see them. But I will say, Tom, and I'm sure you understand, it would have been so much cooler for me to see Chicago if Peter Cetera was still the lead vocalist. But having said that, I would consider seeing them if they went on tour or whatever. Cool that you saw it. Good for you. Yeah. Easter show, bring your best Bible art. Yeah, exactly. I guess we're not going to be seeing much art next week, right? Right, Robert? Don't try to fight the feeling any longer. Yeah, we will try not to. One lonely night. Worst thing to hear at a concert. We're going to play you something off our new album. Exactly, MLB. So with you there, man. So with you there. Oh my gosh, I hate when that happens. Oh my gosh. But yes, Passover, Easter, both long weekends for everybody pretty much. So who knows, guys? Since it's a long weekend, we may even see the quick return of our friend David Barr, because it'll be the long weekend. It'll be Monday, day off in Australia. Oh, you never know. David might be back. You never know. I don't want to get too excited, though. Fun show, Ruben. Congratulations on a new art to fill blank wall space. Movie, TV talk is a slippery slope. Exactly. Thank you, Peter. But it's not art. It's not art. It's a printout. It's a print. It's an original print from 1957, I would think. Yeah, but thank you. 30 years since I've seen it. Oh gosh, that was 30 years ago. Wow. Yeah. Oh yeah. So at least you got to see it when they were really great. I mean, that was like a great period for them. So yeah, that's awesome. You got those great memories, man. So let me see what else. Peter Cetera can't sing like Peter Cetera anymore anyways. No, exactly. I get it. I mean, that's the thing, Robert. It's like that's why I'm not bothered by the fact that Journey didn't have, like, you get all these diehards going like, oh, I wish Steve Perry would come back, But Arnel Pineda, I think he was a godsend for that band. Very Steve Perry-like tone, very Steve Perry-like ability to hit the notes, right? Incredible vocalist. And as of right now, Arnel Pineda has been the longest running lead singer Journey has ever had in the history of the band, including Steve Perry. So as long as they sing good, I'm good. And when they can't sing well, I'm with you, Robert. I don't want them to be there, right? Like, I love Steve Perry because of what he did back in the 70s and 80s, but I wouldn't want to see him come back to try to sing, because I've heard him sing even in the 90s. I could tell he had already lost some vocal ability. So that's it. MLB, I'm sad. It's time for Ruben to fly. I appreciate your sadness, though, MLB. I have been on hand-drawn Bibles before. Needless to say, I lost that monetary war. Ruben's going to ride the storm out. I love the music. Lyrics, not lyrics, but the references. Many nights after a breakup, listening to Chicago. Well, both are. That's the funny thing is, Chicago and REO Speedwagon had plenty of music for everyone to spend those lonely nights after breakups, you know? So funny. Oh my God, Peter's already getting excited. Yay, David! And David said, oh, I can feel the pressure. Hey, no pressure here, David. You never have to feel pressure. I will not be upset if you don't. But make sure you're here next week. Sean says, I haven't been to a concert since the 80s. Wow. Last concert I saw was George Carlin, and it wasn't even music. But you're lucky you got to see George Carlin. That's really fun. That's really cool, man. Last big concert for me was 97. Wow. Whoa, we're going to see AC/DC in July with the kids. Yes, sir, Rick. That's cool, man. Very cool. Saw Journey in, Sean, you saw it in 86, which means you saw them with Steve Perry literally a year or so before he left the band. Like, how lucky did you time that one, man? So David's asking, what about Foreigner? Oh my! And here all of a sudden we're getting into the music portion of the show. So I don't love Foreigner. I bought the album Foreigner 4 back in 1980. I think it was the first album I ever bought in my life. And I love that album. And after that, I liked a few songs, but I never really got super deep into them, you know. But yeah, the stuff I like, I really liked. So yeah. But you know, I did hear recently, in fact, this past week, for the first time, I heard a little bit of the current singer's voice, and he obviously has great vocal ability, but it doesn't have that sound. It's so kind of different. You know what I mean? To the sound that I'm used to. So yeah, it's a bit too different for me. Time for Rubén to go his separate ways. Oh my gosh, you're the best, Rick. It's AC/DC, but didn't the guitarist just pass away? Didn't like most of the guys pass away over the last few years? I feel like AC/DC kicks so badass in concert. Oh, they must put on an awesome show, you know? Journey Raised on Radio, still have the brochure. Okay. Very cool. Rubén is hot-blooded. Check it and see. AC/DC songs all around sound the same to me. Not a favorite of mine, says Corey. When he's down on stage and spins playing the guitar solo, he sort of hangs out there for a while. Rubén's revs on the red line. He sung Waiting for a Girl Like You on his wedding day. Who did it? Who did it? I'm sure plenty of people did. Robert says, since we were playing last concert attended, I saw Jacob Collier and Chris Style with orchestra last fall. I'm sorry, but I don't know them. I'm raising virtuoso stuff, though it's not about hitting the nostalgia button. Yeah, that's okay. And I'm only hitting the nostalgia button, Robert, because of the fact when all the people I've been seeing over the last few years, when they were in their heyday, you know, mainly in the 80s, I was a teenager with not much money. And what little money I did get, I needed to get comics. Like everything had to go to comics for me, you know? I was a poor little lad. Yeah, so I dreamed about going to concerts, you know? And that was just literally, it was never more than a pipe dream for me. And so that's why I'm like, nah, well, okay, I can afford it now. And I started over the last several years, started making an effort to just say, you know what? I know a lot of the bands are not as good as they used to be. Not all the members are there anymore, whatever. But I'm like, it's cool. I just love live music. You know, I love live music. I haven't done it since back in the 90s, but I loved just having, like, I used to go when I was younger, I used to go downtown and I'd just go with a friend to like a bar that played live music and like a cover band, some cover band plays music live. And I just love it. I just love it listening to musicians play live. So yeah, the nostalgia stuff. It's because I feel like they're so old now, a lot of them. I feel like I'd rather see them, before I die. In case it's the last opportunity I have. So, Christopher Cross, Yacht Rock, actually has a llama farm near my in-laws' vacation home here in Camano Island, Washington. Wow. Yeah, I must say, I've been listening to Sailing and Think of Laura, especially Think of Laura, because I hadn't heard it in decades, Sean. And I was like, I thought of it, and I was like, oh my God, I haven't heard that in decades. And I started playing it here on YouTube, and I've been playing it a lot. I love that song. Wow. Good memories, good times, Caesar says AC/DC was a great show. Dodger Stadium 2015. Pretty good, pretty good. That means none of them have passed away. I'm not referring to Bon Scott, obviously. We don't count that, right? But that's pretty cool. Thinking about seeing Metallica in Vegas. Oh, that's easy for you, dude. That's easy for you. I would check it out. I would consider. It depends on the price, obviously. I'm sure that's got to be crazy expensive. Nice, yeah. Metallica's always a good show. Yeah. Last concert I went to was Festival Louder Than Life. I don't know what that is. That festival. Baker fan. Sean says, "Here's a music comic book connection. Singer D. Snyder of Twisted Sister collected comics, and his son wrote for Marvel." I already knew that. His name is Jesse Blaze. Jesse James Blaze or Jesse Blaze James, something like that. Yeah, and here's another little connection, little tidbit about that tidbit. I used to have a few pages available for sale, original art pages from one of the stories that Jesse Blaze Snyder, whatever his name is, wrote for Marvel. It was a Hulk story, yeah. Yeah, so cool. Saw ZZ Top at the Red Rocks last year. I gotta admit though, Rick, for me, I never got into ZZ Top. In the 80s when they hit it big with what was it? Legs, and what was the other one? There was two big hits. It was Legs. What was the other one called? But anyways, I love those. But other than that, I never kind of took the chance to kind of listen to their stuff. So I don't really know their stuff, And also a goofy goober. Sebastian Bach collected comics too. Yeah. He still does, actually, Corey. He still does. Saw ZZ Top too in '86. Wow, another good timing on that one, Sean. Perfect. Just when they hit it big, right? That's amazing. With Easter coming, I like song "Misbehavin'" by Uncle Baby Billy. Okay, not familiar. Metallica, I seen in '92 at Dean Stadium, North Carolina. Was awesome. Was about half wasted when we got there. Well, you guys know I saw the Guns N' Roses Metallica show here in Montreal, where James Hetfield got burned by the pyrotechnics 45 minutes into the set and had to be taken to the hospital. So I got 45 minutes of Metallica, never got to see them again. But let me tell you, those 45 minutes are very possibly the best live music I've ever seen in my life. Holy shit, did they rock the house. Oh my God, they sounded so good. I can't even express how good it sounded and how kick-ass it would have been if they could have finished their set. Because on that tour with the Guns N' Roses tour, they were both doing long sets. Metallica was playing, I think, 2 hours, and then Guns N' Roses would, they were supposed to do whatever, at least 2 hours. And that was that famous show where then, after the Metallica set was ended early because of the accident with Hetfield, it took 4 hours more before Axl Rose decided to come out on stage, and then he played, I think, 4 or 5 songs, and I don't know what happened. Suddenly I see him giving the finger to the crowd, and he says something I couldn't make out, but then I saw the band walking off stage, and then the riot began at Olympic Stadium. So at least I could say I saw Metallica, but for 45 minutes anyways. Rick, twice in '89. Awesome. 92 was that Master of Puppets. No. The Black Album was 1990, and then they probably toured on that for the next 2-3 years. So it was, I think they were still just working on off of the Black Album. Wonder if Peter Jurassic has the Llama Farm. Master of Puppets, definitely 86. Yeah, don't judge, but Blackpink, best concert I've ever seen. I don't know who that is, so I'm not going to judge. And even if I knew who it was, I wouldn't really judge because it's art. It's like any other type of art, you know, whether it's sculpture, paintings, comic art, music. It's all about taste. We all have our favorites. It's all about taste, right? You like what you like, man. Yeah, Corey. Yeah, exactly. It's still on Black. I think they kept touring for years off of Black. So high school, I was a metalhead comic lord. Yes, indeed. It sounds like it. 91 Black. Yeah. I was huge metalhead. Still wish I had the hair. You should show us pictures so I can post them in next week's show, John. Harvester of Sorrow, my favorite song. Wow. I don't believe in favorite songs. There's just way too many great music for me to ever choose a favorite song, but that's a great tune. So can't say anything about that. Hugh School. You mean high school? Twisted Sister, I loved so much in the 80s. Well, everybody loved the two hits plus the videos. The videos were so funny, you know? Draw their symbol on everything, yeah. Sharp. There you go. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. Sharp dressed man. You see what happens, Mark? I tell everybody I'm leaving, and then people start with the music, and here we are. We're still here 20 minutes later. Sharp dressed man. So thank you. Yeah, Legs and Sharp dressed man. Yeah, those were killer songs. And yeah, never made an effort to try out any of the other music. So, and Rick said, "And Justice for All." That was the tour I saw twice. Wow, you're lucky, man. You're lucky, Rick. Sharp dressed man, like Matt Kennedy. You should tell him next time you see him. Don Cherry's theme song. Oh boy, I was way too young to see them when they made good music, Rick. That's the problem. Sometimes, yeah, it's all about timing, Corey. Tom says, I rock out with a sleeping bag from ZZ Top on my big ass stereo. OAX 2028. Danzig, Gerard Way concert. Would you really honestly want to watch a Danzig concert, Robert? I'm curious. You don't strike me as a Danzig guy, you know? Caesar says, I saw the GNR Metallica here at the LA Coliseum. Oh, that same tour. Nice. Nice, Caesar. Kindred spirits, bro. Yeah. Yeah. I'm jealous of you. Imagine that. We both got to see that tour, and I'm jealous of you because really, I got, I don't know, maybe 7 songs out of Metallica and maybe 4 or 5 out of GNR. You got the full concert. So, of course, I'm jealous. Lars, the drummer, had a cousin working for a sign company in our old office building, and he came by for a visit. Left as soon as I got there. He knew you were a nerd who wanted to like chat him up. That's why he's like, I'm not sticking around to meet that nerd. That's what he was thinking. He must have been. Like 80s music because it reminds me enough of the 2000s, 2010s pop rock I like. I love 80s music. Love it. All kinds of 80s music. I love the British New Wave. I like whatever American pop music was on. Heavy metal. Yeah. Best Metallica show you've ever seen. Thank you. Thank you for making me feel even worse. Thank you. Spreckles Theater, San Diego, July 19, 2013. During San Diego Comic-Con? Wow. Corey, my daughter says she likes Slipknot. She just recently started getting into it. And who knows? She may be listening to me. See, you guys see, she sometimes pops into my office when she hears certain things when she's eavesdropping. But yeah, I never got into it. I couldn't recognize the song even if it came out on the radio. It was just something that I thought I probably wouldn't enjoy, and I just never gave it a chance. Full show, 1,500 seat venue. Those are the best, Caesar. I love the smaller venues because it's so intimate, you know? You're close in. Oh, love that. Which is why I loved going to bars and watching live music, even if there was just random nobodies playing the music, you know? Like if any of you guys are decent guitar players and you can sing decently, you know, and if we ever get together and you just want to sit out in the backyard and sing and play the guitar, I'll sit there for hours and listen to you, you know? That'd be awesome. Yeah, that is awesome. I'm back. What did I miss? I thought Ruben was ending the show. You see what I mean, Alberto? You see, they started talking about music and they sucked me in with the music talk. But now that we've been talking music for a good chunk of time, I'm gonna see if I can keep this to no more than the 3 hours. Yeah, 11, another 15 minutes tops. Okay. D. Snyder for Halloween. Jesus, that's awesome. I would like to see a picture of that. You know, you should all give me the craziest childhood pictures of yourselves. One from each of you. You should email them to me. We should have a fun show. I'll participate too, and we should have a fun show where I post all the pictures from everybody. Then we could see like which is the funniest one, who could we make fun of the most. You know, that should be pretty awesome. That would be pretty awesome and funny, I would say. Hard Rock in the arcades was the shit back then. Ruben finds new life with new topic. You know, shit happens. And Marcus, one thing I'm very surprised that I will admit. I'm very surprised that you have not really been participating in this topic, given how everybody knows what a big music fan you are. So I'm surprised you've been staying quiet. Long-haired metal guy myself. Twice was confused for Dave Grohl so much that women wouldn't believe I wasn't. I was married with wife number 1 then in 95. And I bet you played it up. You played it up and you let them believe you were Dave Grohl. There goes my hero. Right? I bet you, Sean, tell the truth. Exactly. You know how to get me. You know how to get me, Tom. 0.00 to 20 greetings. 21 to 1.05 CAF website change. 1.06. I have no idea what you're talking about here. Oh, you're talking about the timing. Okay. Hey, man, you should email that to me so I don't have to kind of look it up. But I want the exact moment. That's cool. That's cool. Check it out, everybody. He's giving you the timestamps there. That's hilarious. You got me going with the music topic. I did the air conditioning at a rehearsal called Hush Studios when Metal Church arrived for practice. That's fun. Metal Church rocked harder than REO. And you said REO rocked pretty hard in the early days. I could sing along to every badass Rick song from the 80s. Or rock song, you mean. Fact. Tell her to listen to Custer, Devil and I. My favorite 2 songs. Okay, so Custer, because it's for my daughter, I'll take a moment to write it down. Arwen, can you come here for a second? Look at that. She heard me. She didn't hear me saying Slipknot, but she heard that. Yeah, so Corey is telling me to tell you that you should listen to Custer.
Oh, I know Custer.
You know, she knows Custer, Corey, and Devil and I.
I know that.
She loves Devil and I, Corey. There you go. Okay. Thank you.
Let me know if there's any other recommendations.
Any other recommendations?
When you said Corey, I thought you meant Corey Taylor.
Who the hell's Corey Taylor?
The singer.
For Slipknot? Oh, okay.
If I'm correct.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Banger's Ball with Ruben the Reminiscence. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's good.
Are you able to ask if anyone knows the band that I'm going to?
What's it called?
Black Label Society.
Of course some of these guys know. So, is it that tomorrow night?
Yeah.
No, Tuesday
night.
So 2 nights from now, on Tuesday night, guys, Arwen is going out to watch a concert. The Black Label Society with Zach Wilde. You know that guy? Some of you guys must know who the hell that is.
Pantera.
Huh?
He's in Pantera.
He's in Pantera. You want to mention?
He's the guitarist for Pantera.
Okay.
Yeah, this is his.
Okay. See ya.
Bye.
Yeah, Black Label Society. She's going to go see. I know nothing about. I know who they are, and I know who Zach Wilde is. But yeah, that's all I can tell you about that. Reuben Rachtman. Who's that? What's that? Quick new subject. Hey, what's up, Yevgeny? Yevgeny's gonna be surprised. He's like, "What the hell are you guys talking about? You talking about music? What?" Headbangers Ball was the shit back in the early days. I didn't used to get that because I had the Canadian 24-hour music channel, but we still did have our whatever the week our metal hour show was called the Power Hour. Yeah, that's a pretty good name too. But yeah, Marcus was a country guy. Give that a more of a Celine Dion guy. Yeah, that's it. Like Frankie Valli. Hey, don't make fun, Tom. I like Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. That's pretty great stuff, man. Hell yeah. I bet you Marcus also. He's on my side on that. Marcus will tell you he loves the Four Seasons and Frankie Valli, at least a few tunes, John smelled like Teen Spirit, exactly. In 1985, 86, especially, right, Rick? He sings the Foo Fighters, but not REO. Yeah, well, because like Hero is like a cool song, whereas REO is like cheesy. Like it's I like it, but I'm not gonna start. It's a little too cheesy. I don't want to start singing the cheesy song, But you see, John, I was right. Every now and then I'm known to break out in song, Nirvana were great. Yeah, I never really super got into them. For a little while, I liked several songs off that first album, but never. I was never really a big grunge guy. Let's just put it that way. So same thing with Pearl Jam. I liked the first album, but then didn't really listen to any other grunge after that. Never even listened to Soundgarden. I don't know anything about Soundgarden. All those other bands of the era, really. I wish I had photos of the 80s. Never had cameras handy. Me too. So many memories of friends that I no longer, we lost touch. It'd be so cool to have memories. I have so many memories of them, and we never had pictures together. It's sad. Just guessing with timestamps. Oh, okay. That's a pretty good guess, though. It looked pretty realistic. It looked fairly accurate, Went to high school with Sully, the singer of Godsmack. Did you? That's funny. Wow. Nice taste, says Corey. There you go. The kids, she's a kid. Yeah, teenagers. When Ruben ends the show early, I will feel like I've been rickrolled. Mondo is back. Nirvana, greatest rock band of all time. No argument possible. Okay, you're gonna start this. We're gonna go for another hour here if I have to argue that point. So I'm not gonna argue. We'll just let you enjoy who you've enjoyed. BLS rocks harder than REO. BLS. Okay, who's that, Rick? If I know them, it's a band that I never heard anybody refer to as BLS. Who's that? Oh, a Black Label Society. Sorry. Yeah, right. Black Label Society, even harder than the... Yes, I would think that they would rock harder than REO. Yeah, exactly. It's funny. Ozzy. I never got to see Ozzy, and I'm very jealous because when I was 13 and Bark at the Moon came out, the critics always shredded that album, right? The critics always shred from day one. I remember reading the music magazines, Hit Parader, Circus, and all that. I don't know. I guess you guys got those magazines too. I'm assuming those rock metal magazines, and they shredded the Bark at the Moon album. I loved it. Like, I still love it to this day. I love listening to it, Bark at the Moon. And my friend, so jealous. My friend, we were 13. My friend, again, as a 13-year-old, no money, just getting into comics a year earlier. He had money. His dad would give him money. And he got to see Ozzy during the Bark at the Moon album. Yeah. Pantera. Suicide Messiah. Suicide Messiah. Ario will help you launder money, though. What? Much music. Ian, look at that. Ian knows the Canadian stuff. That's right. That's right. Let me see. Some real good new rock bands. Wage War. Yeah, I'm not really into the newer stuff, I gotta admit. And I've never heard of any of those, Corey. But it's cool if you branch out and listen to new stuff. It's always fun to find new stuff. I remember when I first discovered, System of a Down, and I was like, oh, people were calling it like a new metal, and I was like, what, spelled N-U. I was like, what the hell does that mean? Whatever, I don't know what that is, and I went to check it out, and loved it, and thank God, that's the thing about if you're willing to take the time to try. Sometimes you're really pleasantly surprised, and yeah, you end up like finding something amazing that you love forever. Zero stories about Nirvana. I love Frankie Valli. He sings the Grease song. Grease is the word, man. Grease is the word. There you go. That's you know it. Off the bed later, Corey. 4 minutes ago. Hope you're doing well, and maybe you're still here waiting for me to get to your comment. But if you're not, salute either way. Sean don't like Cobain. Tommy James and the Shondells got some bangers. Sure. There's a few there. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Moni's cheesy though. Moni's cheesy. And even like I used to love Billy Idol. I used to love Billy Idol in the 80s, right? When he made it really big, he exploded in the early to mid 80s. And remember how big Moni became when he covered it? I hated it. Like, it was okay. I didn't hate it. It was okay, but I thought it was cheesy. Yeah. And did you guys, I'm sure the answer is yes. Did you guys, when you guys used to go to clubs, if you went to clubs and bars, they played Moni, the Billy Idol version, did everybody say, hey, motherfucker, get laid, get fucked? Did you guys used to do that? Like the whole crowd says it at the same time. I hated that. I thought it was the cheesiest thing. Everybody thought it was cool to do. I hated that. I got to say I hated that. Ride the Pony as opposed to Ride the Lightning. All the songs from Grease is great. Yeah. I mean, that's why I'm not a big musical guy, but that's one of the exceptions. I love Grease. Great movie. Kurt Cobain has a famous photo reading a Marvel 2-in-1 comic here at his home. I think it's been on the net. Yeah, I've seen that one. Yep. Yeah, Rick knows. Ride the White Pony. Man, the only thing I know is Ride the White Horse. If you want to ride, you ride the white horse. Don't. White horse. Don't. Yeah, from the 80s. I can't remember who did that. Yes. Thank you. Yes. You remember, I'm always behind a bit there, Rick. That's why, yeah. Does Ruben let Arwen into the old music her friends don't care about? I mean, she has access to my entire CD collection. So, yeah, of course. And listen, let me tell you also, Marcus, when she was a little baby, from the time she was born, basically, while my friends who also had babies, young kids at the time, they would put them in the car and they would buy children's music, like these children's music, like this cheesy music for babies or whatever. I was like, you don't need that. That's crap. You don't need that. Music is music. It has rhythm, right? It's got melody. So a baby the brain will still catch on to rock music, pop music, what have you. Obviously, at young ages, you shouldn't play it loud in the car. But yeah, I had never for a second, no doubt in my mind, I was never going to buy children's music to play for Arwen. So I always kept playing my own playlists. Yeah. And thankfully, because of that, she likes a lot of the music that I like. So, and on top of it, she gets recommendations from friends and stuff, and she likes stuff that I don't care about or I don't even know, Yeah, so REO hasn't gotten this much recognition in 30 years, John. Exactly. Like, they should come to the channel to check this out on Rewind. Yeah, it's the most anybody's ever talked about them in 30 years. Samuel, I see all the time. I saw Ozzy in 92, last concert. Wow, he was so drugged out, I actually left after the second song. My last concert, actually forgot about that. Wow. Sorry to hear that. That does suck. I hate that when they screw around and do stupid things like that, you know? By Tom, I knew you would all still be going. Yeah, and look, they sucked me into talking about music, which I love. I try to avoid going long with music because we always go very long with movies, and that's always already kind of iffy. I always feel kind of like iffy about it, right? For the comic art fans who only care about comic art. But Zach Wild's band, Pride and Glory, Rock 2, before Black Label, Skinner meets Sabbath. Interesting. Okay. Never heard of Pride and Glory. Slaughter was the warm-up for Ozzy, and they killed it. Well, at least you got something good out of it. I remember you speaking of like an opening act that kills it. In 2007, I went to see Evanescence. I loved Evanescence when they first came out, and I went to see them. And this was for their second album. They had just released their second album, but Ben Moody, who was Amy Lee's songwriting partner on the first album, okay, he had quit the band by the second album. So he had nothing to do with the second album. And there was one or two pretty good songs on the second album, for those of you who remember Evanescence. But for the most part, it was a letdown after that first album. And it showed to me like, oh, shit, there you go. That's how you know. When a songwriter leaves, be careful. When when the quality goes down and you know that one of the songwriters has left, that's probably why the quality's gone down. But I just wanted to say that concert, it was opened by this band. I think many of you or most of you probably have never even heard of before. It was called at the time Revelation Theory. And then a few years later, they shortened it to Rev Theory. They actually had a couple of hits that got licensed and played on commercials and some movies. So you might know one or two of their songs. But holy shit, did they rock hard. I'd never heard of them. I knew nothing about them. And I loved every song they played. Every song was amazing. The sound was amazing. They were super energetic. The lead singer had a mohawk, was really like a real type mohawk. It was so cool. It was so good. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, and they were really cool because obviously they weren't very known, and they walked around the place after signing autographs for people, trying to sell their CDs and stuff. But yeah, it was the one time in my life that I can remember where the opening act destroyed the main act. So just want to put that out there. See Ozzy Ice in concert. He was so low, could barely hear him. Yeah. There was, he was on drugs for so long. Like, yeah, all night, sleep all day. Everyone did it nonstop. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so annoying. I didn't like it. Sorry, coming in so late, 6 minutes late there, Jerry. So I don't know who you said no to. Or what you said no to. Sorry, I apologize. Moni was played at our senior prom in '86, which was embarrassing. Well, I wasn't embarrassed to hear it being played. I just thought it was a bit kind of cheesy, whatever. And I just hated when the whole crowd got into it and did that stupid thing, whatever. Because they all thought they were cool. They thought it was, oh man, it's so cool if we all say, hey man, and it's so cheesy. It's not cool. So that's what it was like. Ugh. Yeah, there's eyeball rolling stuff for me anyways. Oh my God, John. People still do that? Oh my God. It has crossed over into a different generation. Oh man, that's disappointing. And Mondo, the lover of Nirvana, said Billy Idol never got married. Why do you mention that? I know he never got married. But what's the point? Don't badmouth Crazy Frog. No baby shark for you. Wow, you guys are wild. Konnichiwa. Tim Finney comes in. He must be, again, from the land of the rising sun, wondering what the hell are these guys talking about? They're talking about music? Reminiscing about concerts they've seen? What's happening, Tim? That's what happens on this show. You've been here enough. You've been here enough to know that we go on tangents. So stepped with pep to the back of the house, locked in, and all the lights were out. Checked the door, and it's locked. So made my way to the window. Dear Lord. Dear Lord. It's pretty cool, Tom. Billy Idol is making a comeback and going on to tour with Joan Jett. Here's the thing, and I hope Lee Parmiter's not here anymore. You may remember, Rick, one time on the show, I said I really wanted to see Billy Idol. I don't know, a couple years ago or something, and I almost clicked the buy button on the tickets. I was that close, right, at the Ticketron website or whatever. I almost clicked. And I realized, oh shit, I forgot. I always or usually look for video of the artist I want to go see in concert, right? As recently as possible in concert, so I can see what do they sound like now. And Billy is gone. It's gone. It's over. He sounds like a crooner. He sounds like a crooner. It sounds like he's Sinatra in a younger day. Like, it's so bizarre. He can't hit the notes. He's one of those guys who sticks the microphone out so the crowd can sing the words for him because he can't hit any notes. He's awful. Lee Parmiter, when I said that, he was like, "Oh, I just saw Billy Idol in concert recently. Oh, I loved it." I'm like, "Oh God, whatever. What can I say? I don't know. The proof is in the pudding. Check it out here on YouTube." You ever listen to her suggestions? Yeah, sometimes. Not everything, because there's a lot, But I do sometimes, Seen Ozzy on YouTube. He just sits on the throne singing. Yeah. Well, not anymore. Now he's no longer with us. Music and comic art don't mix. Evanescence was good. Might still be. Yeah. Yeah. Wake Me Up Before You Go. Rubén was a big Electra fan. I really wasn't. I did enjoy that first Daredevil movie, though. I don't mind saying it. I enjoyed it. Yeah. But the video for the song, the Evanescence song, I thought that was pretty cool. Saw Rat in '95. Bon Jovi was the warm-up act. Wow, really? Before they opened for Rat? That's wild. Because in '95? Warm-up before the big album. Oh, you mean 85. It must be 85. But they were already big in 85, weren't they? Only time when they played something from their upcoming album, we actually liked it. Yeah. Now there's a little story I've got to tell about three bad brothers you know so well. I didn't know you. I don't remember you being a Beastie Boys fan, though, Tom. It started way back in history with Ad Rock, MCA, and me, Mike D. Paul Revere is a fantastic song. I love that song. Yeah, just have to put it out there. I appreciate that. Thank you, Tom. Yeah, 85. Thought Slaughter, Prison would bring 3 or 4 or 5 lesser 80s bands, and Slaughter was one. They were fantastic. Cinderella, too. Warrant, not so much, but had some hits. That's cool. Music and comic art mix. Lots of comic books about music people. There you go. Rubén identifies as Beavis more than a butthead. I can tell you, Marcus, I never used to watch that. I mean, I watched a few clips of a few episodes. They annoyed me way too much. I did not find it funny. The whole right after everything they said, no, I couldn't take it. I had no patience for that. Not a Beavis and Butthead fan, so I didn't relate to either of them. Loved Cinderella back in the day. Saw Warrant with Kingdom Come. Rick used to go to a lot of concerts. I'll tell you that, man. Always thought Cinderella was underrated. I never got into it. Was there ever a Rat and Poison concert? Rat Poison, that's awesome. Remember them discussing a Rat Poison potential. I bet you they probably have played together. I would bet so. Two big bands from that era, you know. Flight Angels. I remember that Slaughter song. They got one or two better though, but I can't remember. Billy Idol, White Wedding, but not married. Oh, look at that, Scott. Scott hung around. He said good night, and he hung around. Scott, you're wild, man. You're awesome, Scott. You hung around even though you saw that all we were talking about was music, and you still hung around. That is so crazy. Well, that's yeah. White Wedding, exactly. But he was too much of ladies' man. You know, you can't really get shocked that he never got married. Website. I used to camp out. Well, you had to camp out back in the day, right? Yeah, you'd have to camp out. I mean, did you guys like in the 80s when you had to buy your concert tickets, did you guys were you told that you would have to go to, like, let's say, like, whatever your big chain, like for example, like a store like Sears, right? A chain like Sears. Did you ever have to kind of go to a Sears and on some floor there was some tiny little kind of, it looked like a little office that was meant for, like, you know, back stock for the store or something, and then they would sell concert tickets out of there? Because that's what we had to do in the 80s, you know. Like, we literally had Sears and other type big similar stores like that, and yeah, you'd have to go to Sears. And yeah, you'd rush to whatever, the third floor, fourth floor, whatever it was on. And you'd go to this little door they'd open up, and somebody would be behind the door. You know those doors where the top half of the door opens and they can keep the bottom half of the door shut? It was like that. And they just served you from there. Yeah, that's how we used to have to get concert tickets. That's wild. Good old days. No more Rebel Yell. No, definitely no more Rebel Yell. No. And it's sad because I really would like to, but it's just not worth it. It's awful. It's really awful. And I love Joan Jett, but I'm not going to go just to see Joan Jett. I'll say, oh, it was awesome. A great concert. My dad took me to a few. Don't remember Quiet Riot was fantastic, but they only have 1.5 songs. They had a couple of songs and they were hits, but they weren't even originals. They were Slade covers, you know, from the 70s. Faster Pussycat, I only remember the name. Yeah. And have a handful of concert ticket stubs. Oh, you kept them. Yeah. Today's stubs are digital and don't save. Yeah, that's the sad part. I wish they had paper stubs, because I'd like to keep them as memories, you know. I used to keep baseball tickets as memories, just random games. I saw Tesla, freaking awesome, and surprisingly had a lot of songs. Tesla's a good band and great live, said Caesar. Look at that. Rick saw Tesla twice, open for Def Leppard the first time, and Great White open for them the second time. Wow. Tesla, Worn Together was fun. Man, a lot of you guys saw Tesla. Wow. Know nothing of Megadeth and not a fan, but amazing live. Wow. Not even a fan, and you still appreciated their live performance. That's cool. That's respect, man. So no pee-pee for the bunghole. What? Holy shit. Was a huge Megadeth fan back in the day. Def Leppard, one of my faves. I still love, I'm still an old school Def Leppard Pyromania guy, you know. Photograph is still my favorite song from Def Leppard. Still love hearing it. Boy, could he sing in those days. Yeah, you can't see them all, Rick. Rick says, I never got to see them live, but can see them all. And you've seen a lot, so. I think Manowar had the Guinness record for the loudest concert. Never went to the show, but hear it from miles away. Saw Def Leppard, and they were good, says MLB. We had a sound shop in the mall that sold tickets and albums. Okay. A sound shop. Interesting. Rick says a ticket outlet. Okay. And shirts, all rock swag. Yeah. 2000s, my dad went to the CD selling store, bought tickets right at checkout. At CD selling store. That's wild. In the 2000s. Sean says, our tickets we always bought across state lines in New Hampshire for the no sales tax. Plus, they always had tickets to sell, but it was a private business out of a gas station. That's wild, the places that you could get tickets back in the day, right? Yeah, and people would line up. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. Everybody get there like at 6 in the morning or something to try to be first in line. Yeah, it's nuts. Cakes and Faster Pussycat, great concert. Even you've seen a lot, man. Really a lot there, Tom. Caesar says, Macy's used to sell concert tickets. Okay, there you go. Everyone would go to Music Plus or Warehouse, but Macy's was the place. Never a line because nobody knew. MLB says, I remember as a teenager standing outside Toys R Us at midnight to get new Call of Duty. Kind of miss the old days. That's nostalgia for you, dude. The Bowler Boys I liked when Smooth Up and I played. I recall everyone going nuts. Bowler Boys? Oh, Bullet Boys. Okay. Don't know that. I'm not sure Call of Duty is the old days. It depends on your age, I guess, though. He's younger than us, John. Smooth up in ya. All right, guys, I appreciate you, but in all seriousness, that was great. I do love it. We don't get a chance to talk about music for like a long period of time. And that was really great. I really liked it, really enjoyed it. But gotta get out of here. I gotta go rest. The voice is killing me right now. But guys, everybody, thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing in the CAF redesign talk, the comic art collector get-together talk, the movie talk, impromptu movie talk, and then the impromptu music talk. A lot of fun. Love to do it, and I really do hope we can do it, more often. I love to do it, even though I know some guys really hate it. What can I say, guys? It's more to life than comic art, and if I had to always stick to comic art, 100%, I'd rather just stop the channel. I have more things of interest than just that one thing, right? So, but yeah, thank you, everybody. Thank you. Really, really appreciate you all. In all seriousness, Tom says, fun show tonight. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for contributing so much. Yeah, it's fun because you guys make it fun, right? So, yeah, I can't do that without you. If it was just me, I have nothing to say really. So I appreciate it. Next week, Broadway shows. It could have happened had I been a big Broadway fan, MLB, but I'm not. So I don't think that's ever going to happen. Sharing is caring indeed. Good night, Peter. And great job carrying the show solo, says Sean. Well done, buddy. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, man. Thank you for hanging out all night with us, man. Yeah. That's, again, that you help just as much as Tom and everybody else. All of you come together. That's what makes it great. It's all of your participation that just carried the show and made it go as long as it did. So, so thank you, man. Thank you. Fun show. Have a good night. Have a good night, you as well, John. Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. Fun show again from Rick. Glad I'm feeling. Thank you. I am feeling better. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. See you soon. MLB. We'll do comic art when there is comic art news happening. Well, that's the thing. I mean, that's what I always say, right? It's like week to week, there's not like something new always happening. And, this week, the big news was that they redesigned the CAF site. So there we go. That's why I figured might as well cover that, right? But other than that, it's not usually a lot of stuff happening, week to week. So, but you got it, man. You understand. Marcus says, it should be mandatory that Ruben waits in line to get Harry Styles concert tickets for the women in his household. What makes you think the women in my household are into Harry Styles? He did look pretty good when he put that skirt thing on, though. It looks kind of like a kilt, Kilts are pretty cool. Yeah, you looked all right. Lyrical show tonight. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Peter, as always, for being here. Thank you for the support. Really appreciate it. And not to pick an 80s photo to email you. You probably end up being, listen, I would love to see it. I know it'll be a good laugh. It'll probably stay private, though, because nobody else is going to remember. Nobody probably thought I was serious, Sean. And nobody else is going to email me a photo of them when they were like really young and like lame looking. like as teenagers, especially if it was somebody like when you were a teenager in the 80s with the cheese ball hairdos and stuff and the clothes so bad. But hey, man, if you want to show it to me privately, anyways, I'm always up to looking to looking at stuff like that, man. Thanks for being here tonight again, man. Thank you. Combo channels, have it easy. CGC scandal every week. Exactly, MLB. Exactly. Always some kind of scandal of some sort, you know. Yeah. So good night, guys. What makes you think they are not into style? Well, because I live with them, so I know. That's how I know. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Rubén the Muleteer. I was not a Billy Ray Cyrus fan ever. An achy breaky heart. God, you remember how cheesy that song was? I can't believe that was one of the largest hits of all time. Cheese Supreme. Not only is the song cheesy, but he's cheesy. Like everything about him and the song was cheesy. Anyways, I don't want to go ranting on that. But MLB, you're my inspiration. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. Like I was saying to Sean earlier and Rick, appreciate all the support and all the participation. It's the participation that really does make it so great. So thank you. Yeah, man. Thanks for coming back week after week, man. Appreciate it. Women love us. I know. Let's not talk about it. Ugh, awful. Miley, definitely, yeah, greater than Billy Ray. Absolutely. All right, guys. Thank you so much. This was great fun. I appreciate it. Have a great week. It's the first week of April and first week, I guess, of spring. For me, as soon as April hits, it's spring. And the first week where the temperatures are going to be above freezing for my area. So finally, this long, hard winter is finally behind us. So the rest of you have a great time this week. I hope that the weather gets better for you as well. And yes, everybody, be ready for the April Fool's jokes. Don't forget, April 1st, I believe is, what is it? Wednesday? Yeah, I think Wednesday. So don't believe everything you read and see and hear on Wednesday, guys. Ian says, thanks for the show. See you all later. Thank you, Ian. Appreciate it. Don't be fooled by the FB post. Yes. Always snow, May long weekend. All right, John. Thank you. Tom, Ian, all of you. MLB. Thanks, guys. I'm out of here. Don't forget Nicky B Friday night, and then come back here again. We'll do it all over again Sunday. And until then, as I always say, go blue.